Check. That's the squeak we want to hear. Here we go.
here on the
Daily Boom,
in a mental retardation center costing
PayPal and Super Chat
will be built is to identify all of the causes of mental retardation and to develop more effective techniques of treatment and rehabilitation. The ability to prevent mental retardation is our ultimate goal. To reach this point,
YouTube, Discord, participants,
and the federal government have all come a long, long way.
Now, many of these
Flat Earthers,
so severely retarded that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to take care of them at home. So all we can offer them is good care and sympathetic understanding. But there are other
Flat Earther,
in these institutions who really need not be there. Those are the ones that are classed as trainable or educable, and you'll hear more about them later.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously, gravity. La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open. La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity. Obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, gravity, obviously.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Florida to the YouTube universe. Jose JG Boom. Happy, thrilled and excited to be here in this episode of the Boom. The festivities are live. The Mental Retardation Center is open for business. Please join us in the Discord server Daily Boom. I will be opening the voice chat very shortly after I do my rant. My rant consists in telling you and asking you very politely to hit the fucking like button right now. Also, there's a few ways that you can support the channel. It is via PayPal or Super Chat. I actually had 3 PayPal donations last night. I created a poll on the community tab asking for 100 volunteers to give me $1 each because we need $100. Or if you feel like 100, one person can give me $100. I actually got a big $20 by Earth is Live. Because of that post. Big shout out to Earth is Live for the $20. Also, I had a few dollars from Bryantology69 and Secret G, Bryantology69. Thank you so much for the few extra dollars on the PayPal. One step closer to the 100 necessary to complete this month shenanigans. Thank you so much, man. Been struggling, still waiting on a call for any interviews and stuff. I got some stuff out there, just waiting for the right call so I can start actually working and being able to pay my bills on time. Never been easy, hasn't been easy lately, but little by little, man, we will try to make it happen. Share the show, Remember to join us in Discord. You can find a link for the Discord server in the description box. How warm it is today? It is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you want that in the fake metric? That will be like 27 Celsius. Something around that neighborhood, like 27 Celsius, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's nice and warm, but it's not too hot. The sun is out, but it's very cloudy, actual puffy clouds. Very nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. January. No, I'm almost done for January month. I'm almost wrapped up for January month. Today's the last day of January. I might be able to complete it by tomorrow. The first is when I gotta pay all the stuff behind. But I think we're gonna make it. You guys are awesome and never fail to amaze. Never stop amazing the support that you guys give me. Big time. Thank you so much. We are in the Daily Boom live text chat in the Daily Boom Discord server, and we will be on the YouTube live voice chat. You might not be able to see it, but you will see it very shortly when I open it up. After I do my shout outs, Nerd Alert is in the house. Nerd Alert, I think you voted. There's a poll. That was the last thing. There's a poll on the YouTube chat box. Please vote. And the question is, who is or was first? Who's first? You got 4 options. I am first. Chuck Norris is first. Adam is first, or the Dino Fish are first. Please vote the best that agrees with what you think should be the reality. Nerd Alert is here. My mom bakes cakes. Shout out to my mom bakes cakes. Also, Fred Bailey in the house. Jomongus says he is first. Jomongus, then I think you voted that you are first, right? You voted I am. When I say I am, that means you are, or when you say I am, that means you are. As for me, slightly confusing. Citizen 9 in the house. You believe in new because you're new, Citizen 9. Well, breaking news, I am new too. Hello, I'm new. Real Sig News, yo, Justin Franks, hello, Charlie Welsh, RT96, boom, JP Jr. is also new, and the Squeaky Globe went to M2M, check M2M, Gary Webenga quotes, the earth is flat and motionless and has not moved one single inch in any direction ever and never will. So it was Gary Webenga coming in hot today. Anamorphic Mind says to Gary that no matter how many times you repeat the lie, earth will never be flat and motionless. There you go. Lock that down. Patio Furniture, loving Essie Moron Comedy Gold, excellent. Brainary, have Essie asked for permission from his master Bev to sing like that? Well, that was back in the day. He gave me the permission. The permission came out of his mouth before he became what he is today. Shout out to Brainary. Justin Franks is here. And Crackle666 Cat, I believe in double effects and annoying the village. Shout out to Crackle666 Cat. Mark Ting with a big boom. Citizen 9 says, new is as new does. Very nice. I get it. Don Giovanni, what's on second? We have Chuck Norris, I am, Adam, and Dino Fish. Who's new? Please vote. M. Stone in the house. Is there going to be big brain thinking and discussions like on Bev's? Well, no. It's going to be actual, real talks and entertaining. entertainment over here in this neighborhood of the YouTube universe. We have 2 people on queue on the Daily Boom Discord server. Please check on the description box if you are not a part of this and join us. We're gonna move up Brian Mabbott, which is still deaf, and hopefully we can hear from him today. And Nestle Wipes in the house, also Farmer's Boy. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
What a happy day.
Yeah. Was it?
If we think it's a happy day, then it's a happy day.
Okay. It is, or pretty much was for me, a happy day.
It is a happy day, was a happy day so far, you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 20 to 7 here now, so yeah, we're a little bit ahead of you.
Excellent. We got M2M here. What's up?
Oh, happy days.
Oh, happy day. Say no singing. What the hell?
No singing. No, please.
How do you say when you got one of those little dolls that you got the little butterfly screw in the back and you...
Yeah.
How do you call that?
I don't know, squawking. I don't know.
Scorking. Yeah, don't be corking on my back, man, because I can keep going.
I would never claim that was singing. That was definitely squawking. Anything that remotely comes out of anything like singing is squawking for me.
There you go. What's going on?
I only sing perfectly in my car when I'm on my own, and then it's pitch perfect.
It's beautiful. I bet it sounds like angels came down from the heavens.
Only if you're putting them through a blender, I suspect. Oh, dear. You know, I was kind of hoping I might be able to see that comet or whatever tonight, because when I checked earlier on, we'd actually got a clear sky. So,
that's very nice. Yeah, very sunny here, but as I say, puffy cloud, and it's kind of the darker clouds. I don't know if we might have a little rain later, but it's nice. It's not overwhelmingly hot or warm, you know. It's good.
Oh, I can actually see a star out the window at the moment. So yes, it's a clear night. Might have to have a look later on, see if I can see anything. But...
Now, it is like 9 p.m. for you?
No, it's 7:15 in the evening at the moment.
Oh, 7 p.m. All right.
Yeah, we're 5 hours ahead of you.
It's what it always is here in Northern Ireland, cloudy and overcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's cloudy-ish at the moment, so I might get a glimpse maybe later on.
So every year you got a handful of days with like a sunny day that you can see. Like
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
That's no fun.
No.
That's what it is almost all year round here in Florida. With a random cloud here and there. Actually, no, there's a season that is cloudy and raining like all the time, but it's just a few months of the year.
It's Irish weather. It's kind of well, I was going to say unpredictable. That's not quite true because you can predict it's going to rain at some point in the day. It might rain a little bit, but it will rain at some point.
So it's like, you mean like Ireland is like its own little bubbled universe?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's one way to describe it.
Yeah. Well, we kind of got you got the Irish Sea, obviously between sort of mainland Great Britain, and of course the Atlantic as well, coming off it. So you know you get that northern Atlantic wind that comes down as well.
Right.
It's kind of and it's even worse on the west coast as well. So it's like
Now, Nestle, you are where are you, Nestle Wipes?
I'm also in Northern Ireland.
Oh yeah, whereabouts?
Belfast.
Oh yeah, Belfast. You get more of that North Atlantic wind straight down there, the channel there. Yeah.
You guys ever go fishing over there, Ireland?
No, I don't myself, but yeah, I know a lot of people that do fish. Yeah, fishing's some pretty good fishing spots around. Yeah,
it's a thing, like a hobby for a lot of people.
I used to when I was a lot younger, but not so much these days.
All right.
I'm probably a little bit more sheltered than you. I'm in County Armagh, so it's down in Porty Down, as you call it.
There's a lot of spots for fishing over here in this neighborhood. I used to go fishing a lot, and I haven't been in years now. Uh, I don't know. I might go. I got 2 fishing poles in there. I had a lot of equipment a few years ago. I decided to get rid of everything. I moved. I was gonna start fresh in Texas, moved to Texas, and I didn't make it a whole year over there. Did like 7 months and came back to Florida. But I got rid of all my equipment, man. I still got 2 fishing poles left hanging in there.
It's one of those hobbies, like, you know, people sort of take it up and then they leave it for a while and take it up and leave it for a while, and that's been the same with me. I've sort of taken up. I never really took it very seriously, but yeah. I've fished off and on through my life, different times.
Yeah. And it's a tricky one because when you start doing it, let's say you're fishing when you're a kid or young or teenager, and you leave it for a few years. When you go back, you're like so rusty, and if you catch a fish, I mean, you feel all like ooh slimy, and you think you're gonna get caught, and all that bite and all that shit is a little bit nasty. But once you do it for a few days, bro, it's awesome. I mean, I actually love it. The gutting on the fish and the nastiness and all that shit. It's like it grounds you big time. Yeah, very grounding.
Yeah, we used to go fishing at times that I never even came back with any fish. It never really bothered me, really. It was just kind of like, you know, time to get out of the house and just to relax with your own thoughts and, you know, whatever. You know.
And I actually, after I mean, when I got rid of all I used to go fishing almost every day. And then I got rid of my equipment. I went to Texas and I got my P900. And then I came back to Florida and I, you know, went out a few times to do observations, but almost every time, you know, near in the shore, in the beach and all that, it's like, man, I wish I had a fishing pole because I can just cast and just stick it in there and then wait for the fish to catch while I do some recording. So that's my future plan for the near future to get some, you know, bait and all that good stuff, maybe a little casting net for bait and just set up the P900 I'll doing time lapse or just recording random shit and then me fishing on the side while I wait. That's a cool thing, you know. At least I'll have something to do. I don't have to be just waiting on the fish to bite and just randomly looking around. At least I can look through the camera's lens while I wait.
Yeah. Tried to take my son fishing once, but nah, wasn't interested. Not at all interested.
A guy just told me once that fish are a mason syrup. That's true.
The fish are what?
The
mason psyop.
Fish are a mason syrup. Yeah.
Mason psyop.
Yeah, it's like
yes.
Oh, what was? Oh, yeah. What was the theory behind that then?
You know, like the birds. Like the birds are all robots or something.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is the most important part of fishing? Is it the water?
Important part? Well, the most important part for fish, I suppose, is the water. Yeah. Can't survive without it.
All right. Chike, what's up, man? You're here in the house?
Hi, Jose. I'm listening.
Yeah. Fish are spies, just so you know.
Some of them, yes. Surely.
Yes. They got trackers and cameras and all that kind of shit. So be careful what you eat from the
the spies. Oh, okay.
Yes, spies.
So if I eat a fish, then I'm probably being spied on right now.
No, you took care of one spot.
They got nanotechnology injected to them so they can track you when you eat fish.
I've got an aquarium full of fish here that I'm looking at right now, and I can tell you they're pretty shifty looking.
Right? See, I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Some of them look like they actually have an expression in their face. Those are hybrids created in a lab.
It's funny, all these weird and wonderful theories about how we're being spied on and stuff like that. And, you know, we've all got mobile phones. We've all got cell phones. Wouldn't it be a lot easier just to use them? You know? Or, you know, or your laptop cameras and, you know, things like that. Because as we know, you know, they can be switched on at a whim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't need to be injected with nanobots and things like that to be spied on.
No. You know, your phone knows where you are at all times. My Google gives me a a review every month of where I've been, how far I've driven, how far I've walked, what towns I've been to, blah, 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 blah. It knows everywhere I go because your phone's always with you.
That's it. That's the trick.
Then you go shopping and you swipe your loyalty card, like over here, Tesco's. You got your Tesco's club card, so they know everything you've bought, what your trends are, what you tend to buy week after week. They know an awful lot about you.
Even if you don't swipe your card, if you don't have a cell phone, if you don't wipe your card, if at least you're being investigated for something and they start investigating, you have an idea where you were early that day, they can track you. I mean, like the cameras on the lights and the in the streets.
Oh yeah.
Or the cameras in the business and in the malls, in the Walmarts, everywhere. They can track almost every movement that you do.
Well, I believe that over here in the UK, I think we've still got more cameras per capita than just about any other country.
Isn't that crazy, man?
We've got cameras watching us everywhere.
Farmers, what was that program we had on British TV for a while where you could go on the run and it was like a real life CIA people used to, military intelligence used to go and try and track them down. What was that program called?
Oh, I know the one you mean, but the problem is I never watched it because I just looked at it and thought, nah. But,
like a reality TV show type of thing?
It was a reality TV show.
Yeah.
You were given a head start. I can't remember how long it was, but you were basically given a head start, and you had to disappear, and you had to keep yourself hidden. Literally keep yourself hidden, and then people would try and track you down using any and every means available.
It was basically the people tracking you down were all ex sort of like military intelligence and ex police officers and things like that, and their job was basically to try and find you. And it was always the case that the people that lived off the grid, as it were, the longest, survived the longest. So the whole point was that they literally had to put the hands on you in order for you to be out of the game. And of course,
was it called Hunted?
I think the hunter or the hunted or something like that. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
And it was a really good shame, but it was kind of revealing and it goes to show how difficult it really is to live completely off the grid in modern society, and it is very difficult. But they've got the ways that they can find to actually track you is quite phenomenal.
Nice. Nestle Wipes used to fish for giant like catfish when he was younger, like something like what's on screen right now.
Wow, that's some catfish.
That's the size. So cool. Yeah.
The audio is good. Thank you for letting me know. I forgot to ask, is the stream okay? The stream looks good, and does it sound good? I guess it is okay.
Sounded good to me.
Yeah, it did when I watched it. I mean, I could see it, but not you.
Shout out to Gary Webenga is in the house. Also, the Stingray. We still have a pending one-on-one discussion with the Stingray and Gary Webenga. So if whenever you guys are ready to do that, I know there's a lot of guests, but I think we can agree that we can just lay back and stay in the sidelines and just allow them to have the back-to-back, and that'll be cool. We have like observers in here and participants.
Yeah, I'll commit.
Yeah, but Gary usually he's at work roughly at these times. I don't know. I mean, he find maybe a little break a little break, or maybe a lunchtime. That's why he speaks a little bit and then he go on mute. So I don't know. Whenever it's convenient. Stingray, how about you? Do you ever go fishing? Do fishing? Get your hands with the fish guts and stuff?
No, not with fish guts. I've tried shooting fish once. That don't really work out.
What was that word? Booting?
Shooting.
Shooting.
They need to be really close to the surface for that to happen, don't they?
They really, really do.
Yes. There's nothing finer for stopping the movement of either shotgun pellets or bullets than water.
Or as I like to call it, dense ether. Yes.
Dense ether. When you watch all these wartime films and they're being shot at and they dive into the sea or whatever water it is, and all these bullets are going for ages. It's like, no, they really don't travel very far when they hit water.
Saving Private Ryan being prime example.
Yes, that was a little bit over the top. I mean, a rifle bullet will travel,
a bit, but not very far.
A couple of feet, but that is about it. There's nothing finer for stopping a bullet than a body of water. That's quite often what they use in labs when they're testing firearms. You fire it into a tank of water because it stops the bullet and you can just pick it off the bottom.
What's the science behind it? Why, why?
Well, because it's it's almost like you running face first into a brick wall. Your bullet's traveling through the air and then it's hitting something that really is very, very dense and closely packed together. It isn't a sudden stop, and that's the advantage. If you want to test a rifle or a pistol or something and fire a bullet out of it and then see what state the bullet's in afterwards, the water doesn't really do it any damage, but it's very good at slowing it down very rapidly.
Oh, there was a famous TV personality in Puerto Rico, Sandra Saiter. That was her name. Sandra. She was I don't know. She had I think a kids TV show, singing and dancing with kids, and then she I don't know, in a pool there was a little game with the kids, and she jumped not from too high, and she broke her back, whatever, just jumping in the pool. Nobody says. I mean, I don't remember exactly how she fell or whatever, but yeah, she actually broke her back, and she continued her career for over 20, 30, 40 years, after that in a wheelchair doing the show or whatever.
If you jump from high enough into any body of water, a river, the sea, the ocean, what have you, if you jump high enough, it's pretty much the same as just throwing yourself at the road. Oh, if you've got enough momentum behind you, you're basically hitting a solid surface to all intents and purposes, and it'll kill you.
And I bet if you jump, hold on, if you jump standing like feet first, but if you coming with power and too high, and you got like either short shorts or like a underwear or bikini, I mean, it can kill you from the inside because the water be shooting up your ass. You got to clench really hard, right, to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I always think about that. You got to clench your ass hard when you jump like ass or feet first, bro, for real.
I disagree with you, Farmer's Boy. My vertical's not even 8 inches high. I can't jump high enough for that to occur.
Well, I remember doing stupid things like jumping off a small cliff face in Ilfracombe into the sea at high tide. Me and my friends, we used to go down to see my grandmother there, and if you got it slightly wrong, I mean, there's one time I got it slightly wrong. I went slightly backwards and didn't quite line flat on my back, but very close to it, and fuck, that hurt. And the whole of my back was all red afterwards. So yeah, and that was from only for maybe about, I don't know, about 20, 25 meters or so, give or take.
Now we got an expert diver and fisherman. That's Brian Mabbitt. Brian Mabbitt, do you used to go fishing a lot? I think I heard you used to like fishing in your younger days.
Once I went fishing.
Only once? What the hell?
I didn't like the feel of the fish. Felt horrible.
Right. The smells and the slime, the juices and the spikes and all that shit. People don't, but I mean, you can use gloves and there are little tools to unhook it and gloves to get it out and shit like that. No Thanks is also here in the house. No Thanks, you're from Florida, right?
No, I'm from the East Coast, but yeah, where you been, man? I haven't seen you. You been all right? You have a good holiday, New Year?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Good to be here.
Yeah, same. I'm on the East Coast, and I don't like fishing.
Who doesn't like fishing, man? What are these? Is this Brian? You posted some ammo destroyed. Is this by the water? When you shoot at the water, this is what they become or not?
That's what it says at the bottom.
Damn. I think that's something. That's cool, actually. That's what happens with a bullet who hit the water. Whoa.
Oh, yes, that's to do with just how fast the bullets are traveling when they hit the water. The faster you go, the more deformation it gets.
I bet the fish don't care about you too much, Brian, either. You think the fish care about you?
No, I don't suppose they do, no.
Yeah. What do you think of people who say that dolphins are fish, Brian?
Dolphins are mammals. They breathe air, don't they?
Exactly. What do you think of the people that think that dolphins and whales are fish?
I think they probably need to reassess that statement.
What? Then why do you think about an education then? If they would have gone to school, they would have learned that. But I hear that schools are no good. There's no actually good information in schools, or that's not completely true.
I don't know where they learned that from.
I'm pretty sure that I learned that that dolphins and whales. I learned that in school. I think so. School can teach us things.
They're fish.
Dolphins and whales.
Yeah, I would say they're aquatic, but
they're mammals.
Yes,
mammals,
aquatic mammals. Yeah.
So they're not fish. Yeah,
they're not fish.
Yeah.
Fish breathe through gills, taking the oxygen out of the water, as far as I understand it. And dolphins and whales breathe air and then hold their breath for, somebody said, up to 3 hours for a blue whale or something. They can stay underwater.
That's quite a bit, man.
I don't know if that's true. I'm sure somebody will Google it.
Well, they have to be able to hold their breath for a fair while, because otherwise, how do they sleep?
This is true. Maybe they don't sleep. But there was people that said sharks have to keep moving to survive. But then some divers found some asleep, like on a ledge in a cave. So
probably depends on the type of shark, though. Don't forget, there's hundreds of different breeds of sharks. So
the basic answer is some do and some don't, because there are some sharks. I think that there's a shark that basically sits on the bottom of the seabed and waits for prey to come past. Can't think of his bloody name, but there are some sharks that, yes, they do generally have to keep moving to keep the water flowing through their gills.
Yeah, that's what I was led to believe.
Let me give a quick big thanks to Brainery. Dude, I just realized Brainery gave me a big $50 on PayPal. Thanks for the stream, Jose Brainery. Dude, you're awesome, man. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah.
Good man.
Good looking out, man. Good looking out, bro. That's great. I'm only $12 shy of what I need, but I mean, I'll get it today or tomorrow. Whoever, if $1 or $2, adding up, add up. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Yeah, fish are something, man. And now the camels. I heard the camels don't have to drink water daily, nor neither weekly. They can have they can last up to a month or a little over a month without drinking water, because they collect it in their neck or like a part of their body or something, and then they just hydrate as the days go by. Is that true about camels?
That is true. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Fucking A.
I think it's the humps, isn't it? Isn't it? They store the water in the humps.
I think so.
Well, it's fat.
Okay.
I think you'll find the humps are a fat reserve, which they can then use, obviously, to as energy source for their body. And that's why sometimes you'll see camels that have got like floppy humps, because they've used the fat reserve up. Steady.
Camels draw the moisture out the air. They don't actually drink at all.
What, camels? Yeah,
no. I think like insects and stuff.
What, by some form of, I guess that'd be osmosis, wouldn't it? I'm not sure.
Probably.
Actually.
Yeah, it could be.
sure I heard that they sort of absorb moisture out of the air.
Yeah, quite possible.
Don't actually drink.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, what about 1%? Isn't it something like about 1% of the atmosphere at sea level or something is H2O or something like? Is it 1%? Something like that. I don't know. So it could be possible. Yeah.
I don't know, man, but there's some incredible, like the animal kingdom, the animal life, which there's thousands, right, of species, maybe millions. I mean, counting all the insects or whatever, maybe millions of species. But the animals, just like the ones that turn round with the spikes, the ones that like they become like a bold shell and they got spikes, whatever, porcupines and shit like that, right? Armadillos, you know, they got the kind of a harder skin. Armadillos, you know, they got that protection bullshit. But I think on the smart scale, I heard dolphins are really smart, but I think octopus is one of the smartest animals. Even though I don't know, it's strange to me. I seen videos and they like solving puzzles and problems and getting into tiny spots, but it's just crazy to think that a weird-looking animal like an octopus is one of the smartest beings on the universe, on the world.
Yes,
on the known world.
They reckon they are very good at problem solving, puzzle solving, and if you put them in a maze, that they'll quickly find their way out, and they can work out how to unscrew lids of bottles and all sorts of things. They are very, very clever. And of course, because they haven't got a skeleton as such, they can squeeze through all sorts of tight spots.
Yeah, they got like the bigger bone is like in the head area or the eyes area, so they got a width, and they know if by putting a tentacle in or whatever, they measure if they're gonna fit or not. If the bone in the skull will fit, then the whole octopus will fit.
Yeah.
You can look gigantic, but they got a tiny little bone, and they'll know if they can go in or not.
I think a lot of people have said this, and there might be something in it, that if you ever wanted proof that there was alien life, the octopus, because it's just so bloody weird.
What do you think? Is that fair, Brian, to say that octopus are one of the smartest beings, even smarter than humans?
I would question that, because I've never seen one running for the presidency.
There you go. Point. That's how bloody clever they are.
Yeah.
They're not stupid enough to run for government.
That's a great point.
I think it just proves that they're clever buggers, because that's just silly.
I was just reading up about camels. They store water in their own bloodstream. The humps, you're right, they're actually fat, which means they can store fat there. They can go for long periods without eating or drinking for many weeks.
Yeah, because it's obviously fat is it's got a fluid content, but it's also like an energy store, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty much what the humps are for. Fat.
Yeah, you're storing an excess of fat, and then in lean times you're burning that fat off.
There we go. So they can drink 20 gallons up to 20 gallons of water in one go.
That's great.
So they stay hydrated for a very, very, very long time.
They're like bloody sponges. They just go and go and go.
I don't know. I have to insist that dogs are the smartest animals.
Depends on the breed. Some of them can be really stupid, in my opinion.
But I think dogs can understand actual words, and commands and shit like that, without any tricks.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why dogs wouldn't understand certain words.
The border collie is supposed to be the most intelligent dog.
Yeah, my aunt had one, and they are very smart. They are very protective, and they actually can save people from any harm.
But they say there's a monkey that is clever. I think it's the macaque monkey. Is actually cleverer than them.
Yeah, well, I beg to differ. My aunt had the collie. she didn't learn from her own experience and got run over twice when she's chasing cars and ended crippled. So no, they are not smart.
What? The monkeys are not smart, you say?
The collie.
Oh, the collie. Border collie. It depends how it's, I don't know,
I
raised.
suppose you get dumb in all sorts.
It's like you say humans are smart, but look, we have Brian here, we have Bev. They are humans, but they're not smart.
Hey, I gotta give a hell yeah, man. To the stingray, man. The stingray. You say you were $12 away. Fuck you. He gave me 11 11.99 Yes. That's awesome. Now I'm a penny away. That's awesome. I appreciate it, Stingray, man. Good looking out, brother. That's good time. That's great trolling. I appreciate that a lot. Fantastic. One of my Chihuahua dogs, actually two, the oldest one and a female one, they blink their eyes the way I blinked, and like I blink both eyes and I look at them and blinking and they blink. After a few attempts, and then if I blink my left eye, they blink. They're like they mirror what I do. They mirror they'll blink the right eye like a mirror, and I blink the other eye and they blink the other eye. So like it's a communication type of thing, you know. I'm just be staring at them and blinking until I start just doing the winking one eye and they do it back at me. That's smart to me. I call that smart. I'm kind of a expert in that. I'm a scientist on dog blinking techniques. All right.
Wait, they mirror you, or they do it on the same side? That means on the same side that you do it, or on the same side, their same side?
It's like a mirror, like I'm looking at myself in a mirror. Like
Yeah,
if I
not
blink
so
my
smart
right
then.
eye and I flip the image to make it look my way, that means that I'll be blinking the left eye instead of the right, you know. So if I blink the right eye looking at the dog face to face, if I blink my right eye, they blink their left eye. So it will be mirroring me.
So they're not so smart. Half smart.
Well, they are smart. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not like shaving in the morning, Jose, after like maybe a hard night out?
Yeah. And it's my own reflection that I'm looking at. You know what? I'll sit on that for a bit and I'll get back at you. Let's back at this. I heard somebody who told yesterday that there was a comet that was going to be visible in the sky or something like that. Anybody got any update on that? Because I want to try to capture that or record it or whatever.
Oh, somebody did mention that yesterday, because that's when I thought, oh, I've got a clear sky, I might be able to see it, but I can't.
Yeah, this comet hasn't actually got a name. Well, it's got a designation number and stuff like that, but it hasn't actually got any name. But I'm sure it will do something. It comes around every, I don't know, so many thousands of years or something. So once in a lifetime, you should be able to see it with the naked eye, at least with the binoculars at some point.
Yeah, but you have to get up at 4 a.m. to see it, though. That's what I heard.
No bollocks to that.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't need to in the UK. I think somewhere kind of later night-ish should be fine.
So I'll be if there's a clear sky in the area. Is it near Polaris? I heard.
No, I'm not sure.
Oh, they're now open to Stellarium.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take a look at that. Actually, let me see. Let me Google to see if there's any.
It's got to have a green tinge to it if you see it. It's like green tinge. And a
Well,
tail.
it's on the border of visible. It's currently for me. It's on the north, azimuth 5 degrees and altitude 45, but its magnitude is about 5.6, and that's on the border of what you can see. It cannot depend how good are the conditions in your eyes.
Well, I got a shot of it. When was it? On the 20th, Friday. So I can post that if you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but our eyes are not cooled, are they? Huh?
Oh, I like that. That's green.
Apparently, the night of the 1st of February will be probably the closest it will be, and you should be able to actually see it with the naked eye. And if you look towards the
tomorrow?
Yeah, it will be visible near the constellation of I don't know, kind of pronounce it, Camelopardalis. I'm not an astronomer, so I don't know. Camelopardalis or something like that. Yeah, apparently. If you look at that constellation, wherever that might be.
Thingy, you know.
Yeah, that constellation, that one. I'll put the name in the chat.
See if we can pronounce it.
There you go. That constellation there.
Camelopardalis.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Oh yes, people in the UK, people are advised to get out in the early hours of February the 1st, so in a few hours' time, and look towards the northeast horizon.
Yeah, I was just about to say northeast. Yeah.
I don't know what it's like for people over the rest of this gloriously not flat Earth, but it's got it's got a catchy name, C2022E3. That's catchy. What? I'll have to get the bins out and have a look. Why's it gone quiet?
Alright, I think I am back.
Guessed you might have gone somewhere because we couldn't hear you.
Now
I heard there's a background noise
on
YouTube.
I don't know if
that just started or... No, it sounded well, but there's a background noise right now. I don't know where it's coming from. It might be my end.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad noise, isn't it?
There's nothing here, so I mean, I can't hear it because I've got me wireless headphones on. So
it's something in.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's a real heavy sort of.
Bear with me, guys. I'm working on.
I'm gonna have a listen.
I'm working on sorting this out.
Yeah, you're echoing also.
Really? Okay, it's gotta be then.
What you mean? Bloody hell.
One of your mics are open.
Yeah. Give me a second. I think when my computer shut down, turned off and took everything out, and then it turned back on, and it might have changed my I don't know setup. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Still sounds the same. Very strange. I'm gonna deafen and listen to the stream for a second.
Yes, it's got to be something your end, because we're not hearing it in here.
No. You haven't got a microphone open that you don't realise that you've had it open. Perhaps check you haven't got any other mics open.
Sounds a bit like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think I sorted it out. I think I just sorted it out. So it's gonna take a few seconds to catch up on YouTube. I'm just gonna deafen and listen for a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah, that got it.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
I jumped out of it to listen to it, and I heard the background noise stop. So yeah, what do you have? Another mic somewhere open?
Yeah, that in my for some reason I click on opening my microphone in my main laptop over here, which is shitty. All right, it's clear now. My apologies, everybody. Technical difficulties can happen at any time. I had the screen open when I opened the Google News before I went. It again. And that is a comet passing. There we go. This comet right here. Recently discovered comet will make its closest path to Earth this week. Sky gazers can see comet name ZTF and a bunch of other numbers.
Yeah.
with the aid of good binoculars or a telescope. Is there more information on where to see it? Maybe.
Tomorrow night, I mean, you should be able to see it actually with the naked eye, just maybe. Yeah, on a good clear night.
Our eyes can't see color well at night, Beatty said, adding, a green hue isn't rare with comets. But where? The bright moon.
Well, for the UK, it says everybody's saying from the northeast horizon, just above the northeast horizon, apparently, tomorrow night. That's for the UK, but
today it's already past the closest approach to Earth.
Oh, I've read tomorrow is the closest approach.
Well, tomorrow is for you is 3 hours away.
Well, no, tomorrow night. That's what they're saying.
Well, what do you call night?
Okay, split hairs.
Right. Well, excuse me. I'm going to go outside and see if I can see it, because according to my tracker, I should be able to see it now. So
go take a little look, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and see if I can see anything. Yeah.
That's good. Real time.
Sorry, I'll do the same.
Yeah. Real time testing and observations. I like it. I appreciate that. In the meanwhile, we have Brian Mavitt, maybe Brian or Gary Webenga want to tell us about Comet, what this phenomena could be that we're looking at from your understanding and perspective.
I'm just having my dinner, mate.
Green lights in the sky.
Jesse Gordon, shout out to Jesse. Jesse, are you planning on trying to see this comet, or were you aware of?
I had heard rumblings about it. Of course, it's cloudy in daytime right now, but yeah, I'll definitely keep a peek out for it if it's clear in nighttime.
Yeah, you got some cameras over there. Maybe
I'm
you can
outside.
take a little picture. Sorry, Nestle, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm outside and it's cloudy as fuck. I can't see a damn thing.
Nothing to see there, yeah. That's unfortunate, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see tonight and just browse around with my jet and see if I can capture some.
No, I can't even see the bloody moon from where I am. It's so overcast.
Yeah. What is the moon phase now? Is it half moon or is almost full moon?
Here, I think it was just over half. I saw it about 3 in the afternoon today, so yeah, it was just over half.
It's waxing gibbous, and it's 5 days, 5 hours till full, approximately.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Brian Mavitt, I have heard flat earthers that say that comets and meteors and all the shit are just streaks of the dome or pieces of the dome or streaks of the dome, like flashes, like a light show type of thing. It's not an actual object very far away in the sky. You got any thoughts on what a comet should be? I know you're having your dinner, but think about it, man. Even if we move out of the topic, come back and tell us what you think about comets. All right. There's a Google News and Science segment. That was the first thing that showed the comet.
Welcome.
First time in 50,000 years. Oh, this is another article.
Welcome to the UK. It's now getting cloudy.
Yeah, that's what just saying to me. I just said before you came back, farmers, that I just looked outside and I can't see anything anywhere.
Bloody
moon.
It's patchy. No, I can see the moon. I can see some stars, but in that particular direction, that's where the cloud's building up, and it's like, yeah, whatever. It's cold out here. I'm going inside. So
yeah, I can't see anything at all.
No.
Dude, fun fact. This recently discovered green comet, it was seen zipped by the Earth for the first time in 50,000 years. So it was last visible in the night sky during the Stone Age. How about that?
Yeah. I remember when it was about Halley's Comet, and I was actually staying with my sister, and my sister boyfriend is basically he's like he looks after this sort of like school accommodation, you know, what would you call it when you stay with the school, boarding school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boarding school. One of his duties is to sort of take the kids out for like little trips every now and again, and it was and I was there and I was staying. He said, "Do you want to come with me?" So okay, we did. So we're out looking at Halley's Comet with these binoculars, and my sister's boyfriend at the time said, "This is you'll only see this once in your lifetime." And one of the kids piped up, "I saw it yesterday."
Yeah.
Well, I was like well, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I saw it yesterday, though. So what are you talking about once in a lifetime?
So it will be visible between February 1 and 2. So tomorrow and the day after tomorrow.
Yep.
Will make its closest pass by Earth between February 1 and February the 2nd.
There you go.
And it's 100 times away, 100 times the moon's distance away from the Earth.
What? Who?
100 times the distance of the moon.
No, it's not.
Even during its closest approach, the comet will still be more than 100 times the moon's distance away from Earth.
Yeah, it's over 1 astronomical unit from the Earth. It's like the distance to the sun and a bit more.
No, around 26 million miles to 27 million miles away. 44 million kilometers to 42 to 44 million kilometers. Half.
I have Stellarium here. It tells me where it is now.
Oh, okay, no, now, but when it makes its closest path, it will be
it's past its
around
closest path.
No, it's gonna pass the closest between February 1 and 2nd. Are you in February 1st already?
Well, I can change a Stellarium to February 1st and 2nd, and it's further away.
Well, then CNN worry sucks.
Yeah, well, I've had a few sources saying the same thing, Chike, as well. Apparently, the first and the second are the closest approach. That's what I've read as well. Various sources. So I don't know. Maybe those sources are all wrong.
Let's see Wikipedia.
This is according to Earth Sky. What is Earth Sky? Let's see what Earth Sky is. That's the information according to Earth. You see, Comet will be closer to Earth February 1 and 2, and Earth Sky is the community. Maybe there will be more opportunities in February, but for now we have at least one memory with the one in a lifetime. Comet Hunter.
There you go. Comet closest to Earth, February the 1st and 2nd.
What was you asking, Jose?
What do you think comets are? What we see is just a light show, or is it an actual object blazing at thousands of miles per hour, millions of miles away from the Earth?
I think there's enough evidence to say there is something that goes shooting across our skies. Definitely, we can take that as a read. As to what it is, don't know. My one sort of query with Halley's Comet, it comes every 73 years, is it, or 72 years?
It's more than that.
76, I think. Is it 76?
Yeah, about 70 plus years, yeah.
It's in the high 70s, and I think it's 76.
76 years. How does it know where we are? Because we do 4 billion miles.
Oh, Brian, it's in orbit around the sun.
Oh, God, Brian.
It's what?
It's in orbit around the sun.
What do you mean, how does it know where we are?
It doesn't know where we are. All it knows is it's orbiting the sun, just like we are. But it's on obviously a vastly different orbit to us.
Oh, God.
So you could really consider it part of our solar system, although obviously it's not a planet.
But let Brian like process what he has to say. I mean, he's got a point, but we need to understand, his thought process.
Us and the sun are going around the Great Attractor. And the Great Attractor's moving through the universe, allegedly. And we're doing something like 4 billion miles a year chasing all these fucking terrestrial beings.
No, we're not chasing anything.
Oh, God, not this again.
It's all right, it's all good.
It's like watching Top Gear on TV.
It appears exactly like a calendar, like a clock, 73 years, 76 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called an orbit.
With all many forces going through the space of all the different planets that it must fucking go past. You'd think its trajectory would be altered slightly, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, it probably is altered today. But if you're talking about a comet that we see every 76 years, and it's only altering very, very slightly each time, I mean, the chances are you're only going to see Halley's Comet once in your lifetime. Right. So each time it's probably altered maybe by, I don't know, even if it's a few hundred kilometers or something. You're not going to notice that much by looking in the sky, are you?
The other thing that sort of sparks a bit of interest for me is it has...
Moving on then.
It also creates a tail. Now, as I understand it, that would be like it's creating a vortex as it's going through a medium.
No.
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 That's not what a comet's tail is.
So why does stuff come off it if it's not going through anything?
That's being forced. That's being generated by how do we put this in layman's terms? The energies that are coming off the sun, which is why a comet's tail always streams behind it in relation to the sun. So if it's coming towards the sun, then the comet's tail is streaming out behind it. Once it's come in its orbit, it's come around the sun. Even though it's moving away from the sun, the tail is still being formed away from the sun. The comet and the tail don't always appear to be going in the same direction. There you go. There's a nice little graphic that Fugs just put up to show you.
I'm just playing a random different video in the background just for the audience anyway. About the meteors and stuff.
Yeah, the tail is...
Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead.
Well, the tail is pushed by the wind, the wind from the sun.
The what?
Yes, the solar wind. The solar wind.
Yeah,
that's why I was trying to keep it simple because,
And the tail basically is the gas and the dust coming off the comet. It's been forced off it by forces from the sun.
Doesn't that sort of suggest, though, that there is something out there and not this vacuumless...
Vacuumless?
Not vacuumless. Particuleless vacuum.
It isn't particulous. There are particles in space, in the vacuum of space, everywhere you go. There's just certain areas is far, far less than certain other areas. Like, for instance, hydrogen. There's always hydrogen wherever you go in the vacuum of space, somewhere.
There's lots of it coming towards us from the sun. There's lots of hydrogen that the sun pushes out.
Right.
Hydrogen and electrons.
Then it can't fucking vacuum, can it? Because hydrogen's a gas.
Well, that's the vacuum.
Exactly.
It's very low pressure.
The vacuum of space. We're talking about the vacuum of space, not the perfect vacuum that we imagine the space is. We're talking about the term, the vacuum of space, which is random molecules flowing around of different sorts.
And the occasional planet and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
It's space is not a perfect vacuum. It's just one of those problems with the English language that we use the same word to do several different things.
I think I put an example yesterday about that, Brian. My example was when we talk about fictitious force, like centripetal or something, right? Centripetal force that's a fictitious force. That is the normal term that we laymen use. But if you want to centrifugal force.
Yeah,
centrifugal force. Yeah. Now, if we want to separate those words, we're gonna call it fictitious and force, and then we're gonna have a totally different meaning to the fictitious force. But the scientific term, the fictitious force, as for centrifugal, is it's like the vacuum. The vacuum of space is not a vacuum of void of everything, 100% emptiness. There is particles of gases and stuff in space, even though the term is the vacuum. Go ahead. Sorry. Just ranting, explaining. I'm explaining it to myself like I'm 5, so I can understand it, Sorry.
No, yeah, well, whatever works for you.
And like it's the same play on words as a vacuum. It does not. The vacuum of space does not suck.
Yeah,
it does not suck.
And there we go. There's the thing we're all thinking of from Spaceballs.
Brian, your thoughts, man. Go ahead. Sorry, I sophisticated with random nonsense.
Well, their figures state we can't even get anywhere near to what they quote for the, is it 10 to the minus 17 tour?
Yes. Which is a positive number.
Yeah, but we can't on Earth. We can't get anywhere near that, can we?
No, we're not really. No.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of testing and different things, you can say, okay, well, it's a vacuum for all kinds of different things, because the difference between what we can produce here on Earth and what there is the vacuum of space in terms of what we can actually feel is not a vast difference. Although figuratively, like as a number, it could look quite a lot different.
It's just that they have said over the last few years that, firstly, they said they're now thinking the moon's in the Earth's atmosphere. And now I heard recently they're saying the sun might be in the Earth's atmosphere.
That's kind of, you see, it's been kind of like cherry picked and misquoted, right? When they're saying that the Earth is in the moon is in the Earth's atmosphere, what they're actually saying is that some of the Earth's gases are still lingering around where the moon is, in between here in cislunar space and the moon itself. So there are some molecules, gas molecules, that are the same as the Earth's atmosphere that you breathe, but there's very far and few between them. There's very few, hence why it's near enough what we would class as a perfect vacuum, but it isn't. But for all intents and purposes, it is. It doesn't mean the moon is in the Earth's atmosphere. In other words, you can go up there and you can breathe.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah, case you ever get there, Brian, don't take your spacesuit off.
Yeah, don't take your helmet off.
I wanna give a fuck yeah to Nestle Wipes. What's that? You who just hooked me up on PayPal, dude? We have succeeded, man. Nestle Wipes. If it was you on PayPal, dude, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was me. The amount is relates to what we were talking about with the green comment, so I thought it was funny.
Yeah. The actual amount that show for me, yeah, is 2022. 2022. Big time, bro.
Oh,
Thank you
yes.
so much.
Name of the comment.
Today. Now I gotta.
Don't forget
Go
they
ahead.
take a cut out of that, Jose,
PayPal
and the super chats.
The super chats, yes. PayPal, not necessarily. PayPal, they get some tiny cut when I transfer to the bank. You get a super
So always up your target a little bit for their percentage.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
Yeah, remember to do that, Brian, when you send Jose money.
Don't send any money.
There you go.
Now I got a very important
Scammed
question.
once, I ain't getting scammed again by anybody.
It's not scamming. I'm not selling anything.
Scammer. I'm saying if I don't give anybody any money,
no, it's all good. Yeah.
Get scammed.
But I'm not selling anything. Anything. You know, that would be a scam if I try to sell something from information or a product or something, and I don't give that. That's promise. That would be a scam. But I'm not promising anything. It's support. You know, it's accepted. You know, it's for anything in exchange. You know. Very appreciated. Now, I got a question that Mr. Victory brought to my attention a few minutes ago, and it's one of the most important questions that I have heard in my life. When a woman gets pregnant, a lot of people go to her, they rub her belly, and they say, congratulations. Why in the blue fuck they don't go to the men who impregnated her, touch their balls, jiggle them, and they say, good job. Why?
Good job. That's a fair question.
It doesn't matter if it's 9 months versus 3 minutes. It doesn't matter. The job is getting done equally by both parts. I mean, you know.
to be fair, though, there's a difference between rubbing a belly and rubbing a man's testicles.
Come on,
let's be fair in that. Let's get that part straight first of all. However, I hear what you're trying to say. You know, you're not going to go to a guy and like touch his belly and say, yeah, well, you know, congratulations, sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, you know, rubbing a man's testicles is going to be the same thing as rubbing a woman's vagina. You know, it's just no.
I stand corrected. Paul always does that. Shout out to Paul. Good looking out, Paul. Oh man.
Oh dear.
Wonders why he keeps getting thumped. Yeah. Hey, leave my balls alone.
Hannah Anderson disagrees with me. She say it doesn't equal because 9 months versus from 20 seconds to 3 minutes, 20 seconds to 3 is not, you know, it's not equal, you know. Shout out to Hannah.
Fair point.
I added the 20 seconds part as a personal experience. Just, what the hell? Oh man, farmers, will you?
Oh, it's bedtime.
Yeah. All right, the poll, we have 48 votes. Let's get it to 50 votes. 2 more people needs to vote in the poll. And then we'll wrap it up. Who's first? The question in the poll is who's first? There are 4 options. I am, or Chuck Norris, or Adam, or Dinofish. Who's first? Please
Clearly
vote.
it's Chuck Norris. Clearly.
Do you see how, I mean, I noticed the polls, the polls that you create on the YouTube, they tell a lot about the human brain that is creating them. Random bullshit is in their thoughts.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I don't look for this shit up. I just make it out on the spot.
No.
Oh man, so interesting, the human brain, bro.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth?
Adam from Adam and Eve.
I mean, that just opens up a whole can of worms. If Adam was first, and then God created Eve from one of his ribs, so now Adam has got Eve, who's come from himself, so is a part of him, and then they procreate, and then their kids must have done it with each other. Oh dear.
Yeah, because didn't they have 3 sons?
Well,
Cain and Abel were the first two.
They didn't have any girls, did they?
Well, then that means that the only female around at the time was their mum.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't work.
And also,
you gotta fill a lot of gaps in that story. Yeah, fill a lot. Of
yes.
And if you look at all the visual interpretations of Adam and Eve, they've always got a belly button.
Nah.
Yes. Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was so long ago that when they start multiplying the family, then when the continents separated, I guess it was just one continent, because everywhere in different continents there are humans in it, and it's like thousands of miles separation between some places, So yeah, either they build so good technology to travel to different continents, or they were born in the same big landmass and then the continents separated somehow. Yeah, my one point that is missing is a big gap on that Bible story. Well, Adam and Eve have Cain and Abel, which they became, enemies, and they had all this fight, and Cain killed Abel, and he put a fur over him, so his dad touched him, Adam touched him like, oh, my baby, and whatever happened, bullshit, those story, but they had 2 sons, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, so it was just Cain, and then Adam and Eve, they said, like, no, you get the fuck away from me because you killed my other son and you're going to be casted out. You go by yourself alone. So when Cain went far, far away, then he found a town with full of people, and there was all kinds of people and festivities and parties, and then the story continues. Where in the fuck all these people come from? Weren't the first 2 sons Cain and Abel? And then when Cain was sent away, he found another neighborhood with people, that's a big gap. And then I have asked that question to experts, and they say like, no, but you have to fill in the gaps. That means that there being other sons and daughters that hasn't been mentioned in the Bible for X or Y reason. You're not going to put all the details. As I did, that's a big detail. You're missing a big chunk of the important part there. So
yeah, but the biggest the biggest problem I have with all this is, like, God created Adam and Eve. They had Cain and Abel, and all this shit happened, and God is sitting up there. What's he doing? Is he looking around on this going, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's like laughing at his creation. Well, I don't get it. Like, it's weird.
Probably. Yeah, it's all kinds of bullshit. Or those details, whatever my belief is in relation to all this, have nothing to do with the fact that it's just a broken, string of events that took place makes no sense, the timeline.
Well, welcome to the Bible. The closer you look at it, the less sense it makes.
There's a lot of good products on eBay if you guys want to buy some collectibles.
Collectible Cheetos.
Good collectibles on eBay. There's this one selling for $99,999. This is a Gorilla Hot Cheeto, rare and one of a kind.
I like to buy things off eBay, but Cheetos are not one of them.
Dude, it's a steal.
It's a deal. It's a steal.
Under $100,000.
It's the sale of the fucking century. Yeah, I don't think so.
It's a bargain, man.
Oh, yeah, $100 grand for a Cheeto, and it's not even gold plated. Yeah, righto.
Let me do a round of shout outs to the YouTube land, man. Thank you everybody for being here, coming in. And I go. Justin Franks, Citizen 9, Peter G, Balance Truths, Jim's Mind, Charlie Welsh, Real Cygnus, Paul, Bigus Dogus in the house, Mr. Victory's Radio, Marcus Dresden. Marcus Dresden says that Balanced Truth is a moron. Thank you. Brainery. Peter G. I think I already repeated that. Getting down to business over here. Yep, those are the participants. As for right now, Hannah Anderson. I see you. Nerd Alert. Don Giovanni. If you're lurking in the background, pop something in the chat box. Peter G is here. Also, Steve Wilson. And last but not least is Anamorphic Mind. I saw Paynas Ashiel left. I was going to ask him about fish being kangaroos being fish. Oh wait, no, that's not it. I'm sorry, I forget.
You're just going to ask if dolphins were fish.
Yes.
Whatever the question was, I'm sure somebody was a moron.
Oh dear.
Now, is an octopus an arachnid? He's got 8 legs.
No, because arachnids are spiders.
What
Arachnids
makes
are arachnids?
Are octopus arachnids?
No, arachnids, you got a specific definition, which includes an exoskeleton. You got cephalopods, and there you go. There's your octopus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arachnids are joint-legged invertebrates. So there you go. That rules out the octopus straight away.
How about scuba spiders?
What?
Scuba spiders.
Scuba spiders.
Are they octopusized? I'm just making shit up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You are. Yes.
But
you are.
how about then a crab with 8 legs? Let's say he lost the 2 big clams and he just got 8 legs. Is that now a spider? He got a skeleton.
No, they're still crabs are crustaceans. But nice try.
I mean, they have an exoskeleton, but they're aquatic, so.
What if a dog is born with 2 legs, the 2 back legs, and it's been always he learns how to walk in 2 legs? Is it a bipedal? Is a dog a bipedal?
I suppose if he's only got 2 legs, then technically yes, he's a biped. But dogs are quadrupeds if they're born with everything they're supposed to have.
Sorry, Hannah Anderson corrected me. I say octopuses, but it's octopi, the word. Sorry, thanks, Anna. Appreciate that.
Oh no, that's a Bond film.
The more you know.
Octopussy.
What is this? This is a sea spider, bro. See? Somehow I was correct.
I was right. You said scuba spider, which I think threw us all off.
No, I just misspoke. I say
okay.
A sea spider.
That's fair.
It starts with an S, ends with an A, scuba, C, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Letters in between. Hey, just did bipedal dog. There you go. See, he exists. Biped dog. That's a cute dog, man.
Is seahorse a horse?
No.
It's violation of the law of identity.
No,
What's going on here?
Because that's it. That's its name. They're called seahorses because their heads look a bit like a horse's head.
And that's a horse, and that's a horse. You see?
Oh dear.
I think lobsters and crabs are ocean bugs.
Is that a frog dog? What's going on?
Yeah, it's a frog dog. So super cute, man. Not CGI at all. Yeah, but this sea spider is very strange. It's real. Are arthropods of the order Panthopoda, belonging to the class Pycnogonida. Hence, they are also called pycnoconids, named after Pycnogonum, the type genus with the suffix "id." I'm telling all this from the top of my head. The type genus, they
Yes,
are
I could tell.
cosmopolitan, found in oceans around the world. The over 1,300 known species have legs ranging from 1 millimeter to 0.04 inches. How about that? All that information from the top of my head. I'm a genius. Thanks, Brinary. How about horses? Are they equine? How do you call the horses? What kind of
equine?
Equine,
Yes.
right? I was getting there. I knew the word in Spanish, so I knew it was similar in English. Are the seahorses equine?
No, they're aquatic. Because they're not horses at all. It's
Well,
just
why
the
are
name.
they called horses?
Because they just look like horses' heads. That's all.
Yes, they
the
look
only
like
reason.
horses' heads.
That's the only
That's
reason.
why they're called sea horses, because they look like a horse's head in the sea. So they're a sea horse, but they're actually fish.
What about a horse head bat?
That's a mammal. It's a bat.
So the only relation between a seahorse and an equine horse is the name. That's it. That's their only relation. There's no other relation to it.
Yeah, seahorses are part of the pipefish family, as I recall.
Yes, that sounds about right.
And what kind of animal are mermaids?
They're
Make
mythical.
believe. Yes.
Mythical, you should say, really.
Yeah, very mythic.
I was going to say losers, but yeah, okay.
Do they live where the unicorns live?
Mythical again.
In the land
Yes,
of
I
unicorns?
guess they do. Yes, they must live
Yeah.
in the same place. Yeah, that's fair. I could go with that.
Oh, flying cows. Is that a thing?
Well, if you've got a big enough catapult, yeah. You did it in the Holy Grail, so it must be true.
I was actually going to say this earlier, like when we were talking about fish, like, but not all fish have gills. Some have lungs, and some actually breathe through their skin.
Yes.
So
lungfish.
Lungfish, exactamo.
Yes, they can build burrows in the mud, and basically cocoon themselves in it and keep themselves nice and damp as the water supply is drying up, and then hopefully when the water supply comes back, ta-da! Up pops the lungfish.
Do
People
fish
can go
have
fishing for them by
expressions?
digging the dirt up.
Do fish have expressions like can they emote happiness and sadness and all that shit?
I don't think they can smile. Let's put it that way. I don't think they have enough.
But you can
to
see
be
if
able
they're
to.
like depressed or sad, right? I mean, I got an example on screen right now of a sad, depressed fish.
If you're showing that poor old blobfish, that's because he's not thousands of feet down in the water.
Right, he's had explosive decompression, therefore he's very depressed.
Very depressed. Yes, because in a natural habitat they don't look anything like that at all.
Damn.
Also, you called my name. You said doofish.
Now there are these type of fish that I see in the documentary on mudskippers that they can live outside the water for quite a while, and they are actually fish, right?
Yes. And that just goes to show what the fossil evidence, the fossil record shows that, fish did manage to make it out of the water and survive on land and eventually weren't fish anymore. life started in the water originally. Oh, man.
Sorry, I was away from the keyboard for a second. All right, topic, guys. I leave you the floor for a little bit. If not, I'll fill the air with some silliness. No hemorrhoids, please. No hemorrhoids. Anything but hemorrhoids.
What about politics? What about politics, Jose? Should we just discuss politics like
No,
yesterday?
man, no. Gary went off on politics yesterday, bro.
Okay.
Well, Gary was talking about milk yesterday, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's why I kind of let it go. I mean, it had a little bit of a seasoning of politics in it, but it was mostly about bovines and milk and shit like that.
Yeah. I actually agreed with Gary with his stance on milk yesterday. So
I have a excellent genius comment over here. I'm gonna share in the screen and I'll ask you guys for your thoughts on it. Doofy, this is kind of in your wheelhouse over here. This comment that I'm sharing that I posted in the Daily Boom. And I quote, Balance Truth says, show a plumb bob diverging because if it's not plumb, it's not plumb. Use your globe logic, unquote.
Right. This is along the same lines of the Earth is flat because the Earth is flat. It's the same kind of logic. The problem is, plumb is just the direction in which things fall. If you have something else in some other location distant from you that's falling in a different direction than the things that are local to you falling, that means the plumb lines are not parallel to each other. And they're both still plumb because that's the direction in which things are falling. It makes perfect sense.
Of course, you can never show that.
I mean, that's what reciprocal zenith angles specifically do.
You can't show it. You can't measure a building leaning away. You're not going to measure a plumb bob leaning away.
That's what reciprocal zenith angles specifically
it's in your made-up math with your so-called little things you add into it to adjust for this and that and the other thing. It's just a mathematical concept. You can't actually measure it.
Adding a number plus another number is a mathematical thing. However, the two numbers that you're adding are measured. It's not made up. It's not computed.
Just like in your curvature math, you have to add some kind of refraction because it doesn't match your curvature math without it. So you can't measure those things. You just assume they're there and you make a math for it. Just like all the rest of your math for all your globe model, your math all works together in such a way that the Earth appears flat and motionless, just like it actually is. It's an imitation, but not really.
It doesn't even appear that way. If we ignore refraction for a moment, the measurement is actually that they do add up to more than 180 degrees. So that's visually not flat.
Oh, it's definitely visually flat.
No, Gary, you just don't know how to look.
No,
or you don't understand, or you don't understand what you see.
I know.
Or
That if you have
argue
everything below you going up.
I was talking, Gary.
Above you going down.
Gary, I was talking. Gary, I was talking, and then we beat older than you, so have some respect. So, and when I tell you the observer is at 12,000 feet, you tell me it's not. Like you know, right?
Did you measure it? And now you never have produced the actual original, which I did find, and it wasn't what you said.
I did.
In fact, you were off by
I want
quite
to
a bit.
see. I want to see your ray tracing. Okay,
I found the
show me that
original.
the observer wasn't where he was.
I found the original. He was not 1,200 feet in that original.
Where
You
was he?
totally lied.
Where
or you
was
made
he?
it up, or
Where
you
was
just
he?
remembered.
Well,
You
so
didn't
go
remember
ahead.
correctly.
Post the original. Post
No,
the
you go find the
original.
original and show everybody.
Well, post the
I want you
original.
to go do it. I
You
want you to
found
go
the
find the
original.
original.
You said I
Show the
have the
height of the
original.
observer,
I have
and
the
it wasn't what you
original.
said. Not even
I
close.
have the original. My original says 1,207 feet.
And it
So,
wasn't that. I found the
well,
original. It
and
wasn't
now
1,200 feet.
since I posted my original and you
It
didn't,
wasn't your original. You posted somebody else's picture.
right?
And it
that's
wasn't
the
original, and
original.
you didn't post the original information. Find the
I
original,
have.
and it doesn't.
I
It
have
isn't what
more
you
than one
claim.
time. I have
So you
posted
made up a
the
number.
original
That's what you
information
thought you remembered
more
after you
than one
retired.
time, Gary. Now let's see yours. Where you take your information from?
I'm sure you didn't
Please.
lie on purpose. I'm sure you just didn't remember correctly.
Gary, before you accuse me of
Post the
lying,
original. When you post the original, we'll talk.
no. I will post the original
Post the original
after
with
you
all the
posted
numbers,
yours.
not yours.
I posted.
Not your little.
I posted my
Your
original.
little made up baloney
I
sandwich.
posted
Go
my
find the original. Post all the numbers.
Gary, I
It's not what you
posted my.
said.
Why are you talking
Thank
over
you.
me? Why are you talking over me?
Thank you, and you're talking over me.
I posted my original already more than one time. You're welcome to search them in the history. While you do it, post yours.
Hey, Jackie, you didn't post an original. You posted your version of somebody else's original.
No, I posted
You didn't give
the
the correct
original
numbers.
page.
The original was completely different than what you
I
claimed.
posted the original page where
No, you
it was posted. Don't tell me.
No,
You
you
see,
didn't.
again, you tell me you didn't. Again.
I found it, and it wasn't what you said.
So show me what you found, Gary.
Go find it. Go find the original. Jackie.
I have it. I have it. It's bookmarked. It's bookmarked. Show me yours. That's all you have to say. You lie. You don't have the original, but you don't show your original. Where you got your
I remember
numbers
when we
from.
were arguing, Chaiki. We were arguing one time, and you actually fudged and changed the numbers somewhat, and said, "Okay, maybe it's not. It's this." And it's
No,
in other
no,
words,
I
you
never.
didn't have the original numbers.
I
You made up
have
your
never.
own. You made up
I
your
have
own set of
never
numbers,
once.
what you wanted it to be, and it wasn't
Again, I have
I
never
have to go
once.
back and find it again. I don't remember.
I
where
have
found it. I
never
ran across it. I
once.
should have saved it.
I have never once changed the observer height. Yes.
You did in our
I
argument.
wrote. No, listen.
You agreed that it might
Well,
be lower.
Gary, would you shut up and let me talk? So I
It's a
did
two-way
change.
street, Chaiki.
I did change the. I didn't state the exact height of the tower. I rounded it up, not down, up. Instead of 545 feet to 600 feet, which should not be a problem to you.
Well, there's
And now it's
you
all
got part of
exact
it
numbers.
right where you change numbers. That's quite a bit of difference.
Again,
it's like 55 feet. But you
right,
also
in
fudged
your
the numbers
favor,
on
you
the height
idiot.
of the observer. The height of the observer was not
It's no
1,200
the height of the observer. I never changed. I said it's
Yes,
1,207 feet.
You agreed he might be lower when we were arguing one time.
I
You
said
didn't
you
have the
can
original
make
numbers
it.
is why.
I said you can make
But you
it
changed the other.
1,100.
You changed the other.
I
Jack.
said-
You just admitted it.
I said
Thank
you
you,
can
Mikey.
make it 1,100, and it wouldn't make any difference for me because my argument's still valid. As long as the observer is higher than the tower, I don't care.
If the observer was higher than the tower, then the background mountains would be higher than the top of the tower.
That's what you say, Gary. I understand it, but
That's
it's not.
the fact of reality. That's what we see every day in normal life.
I showed you a picture where we don't see
If you're
it.
higher than the thing that's closer to you, you're gonna see the things behind it.
Go ahead, right. Go ahead, right.
It's how perspective
Go
works
ahead.
in everyday
Well,
life.
that's how perspective works in your head, Gary, not in reality. It's not perspective, it's the curvature of the earth.
Just like on Ranty's Blackpool Tower, if the observer would move further away, the tower would actually drop, and so would the mountains, but the tower would drop at twice the rate as the mountains, and the mountains would end up being seen over the tower again by moving further away.
By moving further away, I guarantee you. I guarantee
you. You can do that in an orthographic drawing and get that same result.
I guarantee you, Gary, that by moving further away, the mountain will sink further down the tower.
Yes, that's what I just said.
No, but no, you said the tower will sink twice.
The tower will sink down because it's closer. Will sink down at twice the rate as the mountains in the background.
That's where you're wrong, Gary.
And the mountains will be seen over the tower again.
That's where you're wrong, Gary.
Not even changing elevation.
Gary, that's where you're wrong. Look. If the mountain.
I got a video that demonstrates it.
Gary, can you please shut up? I understand what you said. I understand it perfectly.
How close you are to the thing in the foreground.
Well, you didn't make any. You have no numbers. You have no numbers.
It works every single time.
Well,
single time.
If the tower is sinking twice the rate as the mountain, that should mean that by moving backwards, the mountain would rise above the tower. Wouldn't it?
That's what
but it won't.
That's what I'm telling you.
Go ahead.
I have a video on this very thing. I'm going to post it if Jose will allow me. I'll post it in spam. It's one of my videos. It shows exactly how it works. Just by moving
on
further
your table,
closer to
on your table.
It's taller than the camera. That's higher than the camera, and the background thing is higher than it. But if you move the way you move them back and forth, just by the camera moving back and forth, will change how you see which one's higher in the field of view than the other.
I got it. I understand it, Gary. Don't need to talk.
The foreground will change rapidly.
Gary, you don't need to talk for an hour. I said I got you. So you mean on your flat table it does. However,
in reality,
Earth is not flat. Well,
I've got videos with trees that when I was
I
was close to them,
on what distances?
The mountains were below the tops of the trees, and when I moved further away, the trees were below the tops of the mountains.
On what distances,
a simple viewing angle, line of sight, and the way that works is
on what distances, Gary?
Every single time.
No, it doesn't.
From where I was about 35 miles away.
No, it doesn't.
And the trees were probably about 3 miles, maybe 2 or 3 miles.
Yeah, well, you won't see the drop on the trees, and you'll see the drop on the mountain.
And the trees were higher than the mountains in the field of view. So it looked like the mountains were lower than the tops of the trees. And then I drove away, and you would see the trees drop below the tops of the mountains, and you could see the tops of the mountains over the tops of the trees. It's a parallax effect. The thing closer.
Do you know the elevations you drive on, Gary?
I just actually showed the pictures. I videoed it.
No, it doesn't matter your pictures. Do you know if you drove uphill or downhill?
I'm in a valley that's pretty flat. It's about 117.
Pretty flat.
Everywhere. Yeah. Okay. If it goes up to 3 feet difference, you think that's going to make a difference? A big difference? No. But a parallax effect is going to change the thing in the foreground that you're closer to. Excuse me, is going to change much more rapidly than the thing in the background.
Well, I'm not talking about
things. Picture that if you move further away, the mountains both would drop, but the tower would drop way faster than the mountains because it's much closer.
So show me
your field of view.
Find me that picture with trees.
This is normal perspective.
So okay, I know. So I know, I understand, Gary. It's not about perspective. So find me trees 20 miles away and the mountain 80 miles away, and now go away from them on a flat surface. On what you think is flat.
If you're close,
I don't fucking care.
And you're closer and you're close to the trees, they will appear.
I don't want trees 3 miles away. I want trees.
And you move further
30 miles away.
Do the same thing every single time.
Then show it. Find trees 30 miles away.
I have a video already showing it.
Find
I have several
respect.
videos that
I
demonstrate the whole
started speaking. You
concept.
had to begin talking, Gary. I waited till you
We're both
finished.
kind of going talking over each other. Like,
No,
not
Gary.
just me. You're talking over me just as much as I'm talking over you. You just cry when I do it to you. That's all.
It'd be nice.
Okay,
if you
you
could show
stop
us
now
it happening
talking.
at Blackpool, Gary.
Okay, normal perspective, the thing in the foreground changes quicker. That's why when you got trees that you're driving by, they're close by, the mountains in the background, you fly by the trees and the mountain looks like it's standing still. Same thing. That's why an airplane far away up and high in the sky looks like it's barely moving, but if it flies directly overhead, it looks like it's hauling ass, right? The thing close changes fast. The thing far away changes slowly. That's
Great.
parallax.
It'd be nice if you could show us it happening at Blackpool, Gary.
It would happen. You can draw it on an orthographic. It'll do the same thing. It has. It can't do otherwise. It can't do otherwise.
Need to see it though.
It would. It's just a normal perspective parallax. It works the same every time.
Right. If the Earth was flat, it would.
You can't change how your eyes see angles. You can't change it. The only thing that changes the angles and how you see it is by moving closer or further or up or down or back or forth. That changes the angles and how you see things in your field of view. Moving farther back from something like Blackpool would drop the tower below the tops of the mountains. If you move closer, it'll put it over the tops of the mountains. You got that range in between. And then once, of course, you pass it, then it's not even in your field of view at all. So it's like you got that range in between where that one's going to look higher than the other, and then until you move further back. And then the other in the background will look higher than the one in the foreground.
Right. It'd be nice if you could show us that happening at Blackpool, though, Gary.
Well, I don't live there, so I can't. I've asked Ranty to do it numerous times in the past. I've asked those other guys to do it. I don't know if it's flat land beyond there. I have no idea. But I've asked them, and they all refuse to do it. I asked, what's his name? The guy, Katz. I asked him because I think he's in that area, and he won't do it. They know.
Right, because
they know that just the simple angles, the thing will change quicker in the foreground than the one in the background. And Blackpool Tower would drop below the tops of the mountains. You would see the tops of the mountains over Blackpool simply by moving further away.
Right. It'd be nice if you could show us that happening, though, Gary.
But you could do this in every day. You can do this. You can see this constantly if you know what you're looking at. It happens all the time. You just know people don't pay attention. They don't notice how their eyes work.
Right. It would happen there at Blackpool if the Earth was flat.
It will do it. It's so simple. You move closer to those mountains, and if you move closer to Blackpool, it'll tower even higher over those mountains, wouldn't it? Even though you're getting closer to the mountains and Blackpool Tower, right? But then that Blackpool Tower would tower even higher than the mountains in your field of view. You move further away, it drops. The mountain both drop, but the one in the foreground drops way faster in your field of view than the one in the background. It's space compression, basically, if you want to call it that. You know, even air has a compression rate in your field of view, right? That's why I said an airplane flying high and far away. Like I got one right now. I'm looking at right now in my sky, and it looks like it's barely moving, right? There's a tree in front of me, and it's like it's just crawling through the little branches right there. It's leaving a trail. It hasn't passed that tree yet, even though that tree is only 30 feet wide.
Hold on, very quickly, Shaik. Very quickly, Shaik. Gary, do you want to shout out Man Devil for me, please?
Why would I shout out Man Devil?
Giving a shout out, just like you mean it.
No, I don't like Man Devil.
Okay, thanks.
Who calls himself Man Devil?
Garrett, let me make you an offer you can't refuse. I will pay your flight to Blackpool Tower and your accommodation until you can find a clear day and do this experiment.
You'll pay for the relief I have to. You'll pay for my relief guy I have to hire while I'm gone.
Him too. However, if the picture you take agree with what I say and not what you say, you have to re-embrace me for everything.
No, then you just go over there and do it yourself.
Gary. No, I want it to be on you.
I don't even know if the land beyond where he took the picture is flat. It would have to be flat for him to get that result.
Beach.
It could be mountains. He could be climbing in the mountains.
It's
right
a fucking
there, for all
beach.
I know. I'm not there. Well, on the beach, yes, but you have to go further back, right? In a straight line away from it. What's the terrain like there? Is it climbing? Most time things climb as they move away from the ocean.
No, you'll see where the beaches are, and you can continue south on the beaches and keep the mountains there.
For how long?
I don't know, many miles. Until you won't see the mountain. Until you won't see the mountain, but you'll see the tower.
Ranty lives there. Ranty got real quiet when I started bringing all this stuff up.
You will pay Ranty?
Cats.
Would you pay Ranty?
They both live there.
What?
They can prove that wrong in one day.
Yeah, but would you pay them?
They won't do it, even though I kept telling them that.
Well, Bev can do it. Bev can do it. Bev
then Bev should do it.
Well, yeah, he should.
Yeah, tell Bev. You got something to say?
Bev won't do it because Bev won't know.
Bev doesn't
Because
like me,
Bev knows what happens. He already saw. He was there.
Bev is not the smartest person in the world. Bev is not the smartest person in the world.
Neither are you, Gary.
I'm smarter than Bev.
I'm afraid to tell. That may be.
Well, I'm afraid, Tyke, you don't know how parallax works in your field of view with regular perspective. It's just normal, regular, everyday perspective.
Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall when this guy or Witsit one day, they're so cocky and they're so cocksure of themselves. The one day when they actually do figure it out.
Who?
You sure it won't be more salad?
I don't know.
They got lots of salad to give.
When they finally get to take the free ride on the space on a rocket or something.
You want to know what word salad is?
How will they justify all their arrogance?
Justify how an atmosphere sticks like Velcro to the ground, and so therefore we can't notice anything moving in it.
Did we ever say it?
Sure, you guys do. You say the atmosphere.
No, we didn't ever say it stick like a Velcro.
It's being dragged along with it.
It is.
Your spin, so therefore we can't notice it doing it. You got all kinds of reasons why we can't notice something, because you worked out a mathematical equation that matches what a flat motionless Earth looks like.
Lots of physics are not like that, Gary.
Sure, that's what all your math for your model is that way.
I can show you.
You worked out a model. You made an alternative model, and you worked out the math because you took a circle and turned it into a ball, so the math can be manipulated to make it look similar. So you pretend curvature when it's really just compression of your field of view. It's just angular compression. Foreshortening is the word for it.
Yeah,
It's a good word for it.
Well, I can.
When you
show
say you can do anything with math, you gotta actually look at that honestly. Why can't anybody do any? You can't make flat Earth look flat. I mean, all the math in the world, you can't make.
You can pretend that the flat Earth has got a curve that you can't actually see. So you pretend it's there because you don't understand why you can't see more along the surface. Because you don't understand.
But you can't make navigation work. You can't make the star positions work. You can't make two stellar rotations work. How do you do this? If you could do anything with math, I would think some flat earther would have mathed away at making the solar stars work, as southern stars work.
Just like the
foreshortening, Gary.
In a big, gigantic
Gary,
circle. That's all around Polaris.
Again, you lie like you don't know. Like you don't know what we say. We don't talk about not seeing the surface. We're talking about the shape we can't see, which is not the surface, which is perpendicular to the surface.
Wave and a 5-foot wave. When the 6-foot wave is just maybe a half a mile.
That's what I want to. How
6-foot wave.
I want to know what's the 6-foot wave angular size at 5 miles that blocks the whole ship. At 20 miles.
If you have a 6-foot wave at 5 miles away and a 5-foot wave at 4 miles away, can you see that 6-foot wave as anything separate from the 5-foot wave that's closer? Can you see it?
If you have a 6-foot at 5?
If you have, let's say, we'll just make it easy so you have the similar numbers. Let's say there's a 5-foot wave at 5 miles away and a 6-foot wave at 6 miles away. Are you going to be able to tell the difference between a 6-foot wave and the 5-foot wave?
No, but 4.5 way are good.
Jackie, would you?
Well, yeah, I would. And we don't talk about 5-foot wave and a 6-foot and a 20-foot ship. We're talking about a 100-foot ship.
Yeah, we're talking about as it moves past that zone.
Not 100 miles, though.
The ship keeps getting smaller. The zone stays the same place because
Not 100 miles,
it's slicing
Gary.
off a foot at a time here and there as the whole ship is compressing.
Gary,
Towards that
not
horizon
100
line,
miles.
it compresses down towards it, and so a slice at a time is just unresolvable. And of course, you guys will say unresolvable.
That's horseshit invented by somebody who actually has nothing to back it up whatsoever.
I have lots of videos that show the very thing. You guys have played on Jose's show.
You can read the printing.
The bottom of the turbines, you could no longer see. They were the first things that became unresolvable completely, as well as the red portion at the bottom of the ship, just by backing off the zoom.
They disappeared, Gary. You can read what is written on them.
Because they zoomed in on them so they could see them with the zoom, but they couldn't see them without the zoom.
You can see what is printed on the containers. However, you can see half the ship.
Only if you zoom in.
Well, we zoom in only when you zoom in. Yeah.
Therefore, you allot all
where is
the resolution to represent.
So okay, we can resolve it now. Where is half of the ship? Where is the half of the ship, Gary?
It's too far for the angle for the.
No, it's below the container. It's not farther more the container.
See it all. Why, Chaiki? Because
we can read the container. We can't see the ship.
Sight. It was too small for the angle. You couldn't resolve it at all. But when you zoomed in,
I want you to draw the angle.
It has its limit.
Go ahead, draw the angle, Gary.
You just simply can't resolve it, Chaiki.
Go ahead. Draw the angles. I want to see the angles that we can't see.
I have
no, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
I want to see the angles. I want to see the angles of the printing on the containers and the angles to the bottom of the ship. That's what I want to see. Which is smaller?
It's just the angle over the surface. So which ones are closer?
I don't care if it's over, below, or whatever the surface.
Which
the
ones
angle.
are closer to the horizon line?
So
which ones are closer to the surface? So what's going to compress into that eye line first?
No, nothing.
Yes, every single time.
Well, I want you to show me the
I've got a video that I got off of.
No, I want you to show me, not your video.
A simple change of elevation.
I want you to show me
the numbers and letters
where
into
angles
a smaller visual space.
I
Simply
want
by changing his elevation.
I got you, Gary. I got you. You keep talking.
The letters.
You keep talking for no reason. I got you. I want you to show me an object that in the area above the surface have a particular angle, and when you put it close to the surface, the angle is compressed. That's what I want to see, Gary.
That's what I said. I already have them. I have numerous videos already.
No, you don't.
No, yes, I do.
You never did.
Yes, he played them right here on Jose's show, but
you never did.
Just use it away. Because you don't like to hear it. You don't like to see
not
it.
What you say.
Know it's a fact.
What's in the video?
If there's a 20-foot tall ship and you got a 10-foot line at mid-deck, now I have an angle from the top of the ship to the horizon and an angle from the midship to the horizon. Which angle is going to compress into that horizon line away first? Which one is going to become too small?
You see, it's not what we're talking about.
First,
it's not what we're talking about. We have an angle.
Of course, as things move away,
we have an angle.
The bottom part being closer to the surface is going to be the first thing you can't resolve.
Sorry, I can resolve the letters. If I can resolve a letter that's 6 inches tall, then I can resolve the distance from the ground 6 inches.
Only if you zoom in, because you decrease your field of view by increasing.
That's fine. I still can resolve it. If I can resolve it. Gary, you're a rude cunt, and I'm not going to talk to you. Fuck you.
If a ship keeps moving
nobody
away,
should really talk to you.
I would say the same exact thing. It's just you change the limits of the because you used a different.
I'm just going to yawn over you. Why not? I mean, it just sounds like the thing to do. You don't like other people talking. I'm just going to talk over you. Why in the hell not? You are a rude son of a bitch. Did you know that?
Well, you can say that.
I'm going to just talk over you now.
I think you are.
No, you were talking over me while I was speaking. You don't give anybody the courtesy of you don't give anybody the courtesy. Shut the fuck up, you cunt. Does anybody think he's really this stupid, or is he just
and listen to the video.
is he just a troll?
Show.
You're like Chaiki. You guys are crying.
Go ahead and listen to the show, Gary. Every time someone is trying to talk, you start talking and you don't stop. And when you stop, you continue again. If they start talking again,
but you'll never
you
answer the
don't
question, so
take. I answer questions all the time. That's false. That's a lie, Gary. That's a lie. The guy told you we can resolve the
angle in relation to the horizon.
I had this. You said it 20 times today already. You can't resolve. We can resolve because we see what's printed on the container. We can resolve it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. We told you, Gary. I don't fucking care. Nobody cares why or how. We can resolve it. The bottom line, Gary, is we can resolve it. If we can resolve it and it's the same distance as the shit, tell me why we can resolve the small letters but can resolve the big shit.
Which angle
why?
becomes narrower quicker?
No angles. Again, I said.
Which one is going to reach its
I said again. I said again.
The midship over the surface or the angle to
again, I said, Gary, you ask a fucking question and I'm trying to answer and you fucking can't, won't let me answer. You keep repeating of course I'm trying to answer the question, only you won't let me answer it.
Change into something completely
no, I didn't change it. I was trying to answer it. You can't, but you wouldn't be able to hear it, would you? Because you keep on talking. You keep on talking. So fucking mute yourself and I'll answer the question. I'll answer it very quickly. I said neither of them. They will all change about the same rate. About the same rate.
Chaiki.
Did that answer your question, Gary?
Angle to the top of the ship measured to the horizon and an angle to the midpoint of the ship to the horizon. As the ship moves away, which of those angles is going to reach its limit of resolution first?
You have nothing.
You can't see that portion while you can still see the other portion.
There won't be.
Once again, Gary's showing
I understand it totally.
No, you don't.
I have numerous videos that demonstrate it perfectly.
You will lose the resolution
simple. You can draw it out
to both angles at the same distance. You will lose the resolution.
The asshole was going to mute himself.
Yeah, you will lose the resolution to both angles.
He finished.
Are you fucking talking, Gary? The resolution will be the same for both the bottom and top angle. Okay?
No,
don't tell me no. Show me.
The top angle is everything's gonna start compressing towards the horizon, just like we see in
That's
reality.
what you say. I understand. It's what you say.
Limit before the top.
I understand. It's what you say, Gary. Demonstrate it.
Not how it works.
Single time.
Not how it works.
No, Gary, Gary.
Life actually did a recent video that showed how it works.
Here's something you can do, Gary.
Oh, so explain this, huh? Okay, so boats go over the horizon, and you got to explain that. Yeah, you know.
Oh, wait.
I don't have to explain. They don't go over the
horizon. Gary don't have
boats. The boat is further away than the bottom of the boat, right? It doesn't compress shit.
Things moving away, the ground slants up towards eye level. Everything above the surface slants down towards that
down. The ground is slanting downward. That can be proven.
You never see the ground slanting down in your field of view. It's always going up towards eye level.
You climb it. No, it's not. No, you climb a hill. As you go up, the horizon falls away from you.
Okay, so when I'm driving down the road and a car up in front of me is moving away, where does it end up in my field of view? The further away it goes, where is it moving in my field of view? Is it moving downward in my field of view?
Everything gets smaller.
Or is it moving towards center in my field of view?
Everything gets smaller according to.
And it moves upward. There's a slant upward. We all know it. We all see it.
It's not a slant upward.
You know it. Yes. Oh, come on. That was a poor.
There's not a slant upward. No way.
You know good and well. The ground appears to slant.
No, it doesn't. It's
just an optical effect. Yes, the angles dictate it does. You can even show why it does with an orthographic view, even though it's not perspective. You can show why the angle.
Stop
put it up towards your line of sight.
Okay?
The farther it goes away.
Get out of the barn. You're inhaling too much methane.
I'm outside all day long.
No, you've actually we probably when you had your head up a cow's ass or something or what? Because you obviously been
See,
drinking
that's
too
what
much.
you devolved to because that's all you got.
No, because that's
You
all
know
you
I'm
got,
right.
you moron.
Don't poop the party,
You know I'm
Penas
right.
Don't poop the party. There was no insults until now.
Fine.
Don't poop
Sorry.
the party.
I'm
There was
just
a
tired
shit
of
show.
lying to
I know
death.
there was a
By the
shit show
way-
and there was
by
over
the
talking
way,
and talking
Blue
over, but
made a
I
comment-
enjoy that
Blue
type of
made a-
shit shows. There's just no
That's how we
insults.
like
Blue
it,
made a
right?
comment in your chat the other day that was pretty bad. I think Blue should be warned because the stuff he said he could be sued for.
For what? Saying that you're.
No, he implied something really. I don't even want to say it.
Oh, okay.
And he put it in the chat. I did take a screenshot because if Blue ever messes with me again, I just might bring a lawsuit. That's slander.
Okay.
What do you do?
Yeah, well, I think Blue will be a little more careful if I bring it up. And I'm just telling Jose just to warn Blue. Be careful what he writes in the chat. That's public.
I have no fucking clue,
If
man.
you want to just call
I was
people
enjoying.
stupid, that's fine.
All I was enjoying is a shit show that was happening, but now we're going to personal attacks and threats and all that shit. Let's just move out from that and go back to the shit show without the personal.
Blue did the personal
issues.
attack in the chat the other day.
Yeah, we got it. You'll have a load.
Okay, I'm just saying that's
You're
what
just
that's
you're in here
that's all you have
derping.
left. You know that perspective kills your globe.
No, it
You
doesn't,
know it.
Ron.
It does.
Why doesn't the boat get smaller and smaller like the car moving away from you,
It
idiot?
does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. The top of the boat's still visible when it goes over the horizon. Why is that? Is the top of the boat
Because
closer
it's
than the bottom of the boat?
It's higher. It's got a higher.
No,
angle
it
to
doesn't
the
do that.
surface
Does
than
the car?
bottom half
Does
of
the
the
car?
boat.
Can
It's
when the car
getting
pulls
smaller.
away from me? So when the car pulls
So are
away,
you now
when the
saying that
car
boat doesn't appear to get smaller with distance?
when the car pulls away
That's
from
what you
me,
just said.
when the car pulls away from me, do I not see the tires, or can I see the tires?
The first thing you won't be able to resolve will be the tires as it moves away.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because the space between the bumper and the
that's
road
not how it
becomes
works.
too small to resolve it.
No,
it
that's
happens. You
not how it
you
works.
can literally go out and watch it happen every day.
No, it
while
doesn't
you're
work
driving.
that way.
Paid. Wait, we heard it. It's not like that. Gary,
I have a
listen.
very important super chat to read.
You have
a very
angles, virtually
Gary,
thousands of
shut
angles
up.
in your vision.
Super chat support the channel. I mean, if I don't get super chat, I don't get to do the show. But we get a big $20 super chat by Mr. Victory's Radio. And Mr. Victory's Radio, I have one thing to say. Hold on, let me turn on my camera so we can read it properly. Gary, fuck off. Shout out to Mr. Victory's Radio. Thank you.
Right. So, Gary, this get paid. Gary, this is what you can do. Take a stick 6 feet tall and put a light bulb, a torch, I don't fucking care, a light source, every feet, one from each other. Stick it on the ground and get away with it. And I want to see the resolution lost, not blocked, not the view blocked. I want to see how 2 light sources merge together at the bottom before the top 2 light sources. Please go ahead and show me this, and you are right. Gary, it's very simple, very easy to do. All you need to have is all you have to do is 6 light bulbs. That's it. Show us.
Jikey, if I have tail lights on a car moving away, does that angular space
I don't know.
between the lights,
I don't know. I have no idea.
It gets far enough down the road and they
I have no
blend into
idea.
one? Yes.
The cars don't have
can't
lights
do
on the
otherwise,
wheels.
Jikey. It can't do otherwise.
It can't because you said so. I
Because
said I gave you a practical.
space has a size.
I gave you a practical
called
way.
angular space,
I
angular
gave you a
separation, by the
practical way to prove your point. So all you need to do is show us that the 2 light sources at the bottom merges before the 2 light sources at the top, or any other
It will
light
become
sources.
unresolvable first.
That's
Just like the
unresolvable.
tires on a car
That's
or the bottom of a ship
unresolvable.
or the bottoms of turbines.
Gary,
They will compress
that's Gary.
into your field of view towards
Gary,
center.
that is how
Every time.
this
That
is
angular
how
space
resolution
between
works.
The bumper and the top and the ground.
How do you
the
talk
road.
to him if he's just going to
Gary,
too small.
Gary, that's how resolution works. When 2 light sources merge together and you can't tell one from the other. That's what I want to see. I want to see the
That's
two
exactly what I'm
bottom.
telling you happens.
That's what I want to see. The two bottom light sources
With an
match.
angular separation between
I
two
got
points
it. I bet.
too
Just
narrow
show
to
me.
resolve
Just
the
do it and show.
separation. They will blend together as one.
Gary,
when they
Good.
pass the
So
Gary, if it's
show
all- if it's
me
all about-
that happens.
Gary, if it's all about
It
resolution,
happens all the time. This is part of science. This
Gary,
is science that you guys
Gary,
are
if it's
denying.
Gary, if it's all about resolution, I should be able to get a bigger lens and should be able to zoom it back into focus. Why can't I do that?
You do a lot of times.
No, you don't.
Never.
Once it goes over the horizon, it goes over the horizon.
You can see all kinds of detail. There are
No.
literally boats that
You
you
can't
can't,
see the bottom.
with your natural eye, and you can
You
zoom
can't
back in.
see the
Now, if
bottom.
there's one further away, yes,
One-
you might not be able to because it's
Why?
still too narrow of an angle.
No, but
you can go up.
with your bigger
You
lens.
can go up and see it because it's not the size of the ship
I
that's the
should
problem.
be if
it's
it's all.
the
Gary,
area
shut
in
up
your
and
field
listen
of
for a
view.
fucking
Okay,
change, you
I was still
moron.
talking and you tried to
That's
interrupt
because
my
no, I was
answer.
talking over you, and you were talking over
No,
me.
I was trying to answer and you interrupted.
You see, the problem is though that you're wrong because if it's all about resolution, I should be able to get a big enough lens and should be able to zoom it back in. If it's all about, it's
You
not
can
about
often.
resolution. No, not often. You can't. Once it goes over the horizon, it goes over the horizon.
No, with your natural sight, a ship can disappear, and
No.
if you take a zoom right then, you will zoom it back
No,
in.
these big ships. The
Yes.
ships I'm showing,
Yes.
these big ships I'm showing you. Once they go over the horizon,
no.
once these ships go over the horizon, you cannot zoom it back. It was
You
all
can-
about resolution.
I've got numerous videos showing it being done. You can't
No,
see
you
these
don't.
boats from the
Please
shore.
show me the video. Please show me the
In
video
fact,
of something disappearing below the
You can
horizon,
go on my,
and
you can go on my
please,
channel. They're there.
please zoom the sun back
I've
in
got
once
at
it
least
sets.
4 or 5 of them.
Gary,
A couple of them
zoom,
are from Critical Think,
zoom
and
the
even
sun.
Critical Think, when I was talking with him in comments, said he could not see
Zoom
those
the
ships
sun
from
back
shore.
in after the sun sets. I want you to zoom it back in, please.
There's times where the sun looks like it's touching the horizon. You can zoom in, and it'll be a space in between. You just
Once
can't see
it
with your eyes.
so once the sun sets and it gets dark, why can't I zoom it back in if I get a big enough lens?
Well, you can if you go up higher.
No,
you start
you can't. If you go up
shooting up
higher,
in height. Yes, just like
if
you
go,
know that.
If you go up, that's because
That's one
the
of your
Earth
guys'
curve.
claims.
That's when you go up that you see over the Earth curve,
No,
moron.
you
That's actually-
increase your field of view. because
No,
you're
that's called
now
your
suddenly your
Earth curve.
horizon is a
If it's
completely
all
different
about
place.
if it's all about resolution and solely about resolution,
No,
I
it's
should
about. It's not solely about resolution. I've never said that.
Yes,
I
you
said
have.
No, I said your field of view is a dominant part
That's
of the whole
resolution.
thing. You have a limit to your
That's
field of view. It's a
resolution.
distance
No, you
to the
don't.
horizon. Yes, you do.
No,
Based
you
on
don't,
your elevation
moron.
over the
You're
surface.
making shit
That's
up
why
now.
That's why I can drive down the
That's
road.
resolution.
I can see so many lines in the center of the
If
road
it's-
ahead of me. But if I go up higher, I can see way more lines.
Yeah, because you
Is it
see
I
further
went
in the
over
curve.
I'm looking over.
No, wait,
curve?
hold on a second.
No.
Stop. Actually, seeing further
Because
from
my
a height.
angle over the surface is wider when I go up
Thank
higher.
you. Yes, exactly. Welcome to the globe, Gary. In the meantime, though, if it's
That's
yes,
flat
it
Earth.
is. If it's no,
That works
moron.
perfectly
If it's
on a
all,
flat
if it's
surface.
all, you're saying it's
You
all
can do this with a
resolution.
sheet of paper.
You are saying it's
You can
all
do this with
resolution.
your phone in front of your face. Tilt it.
You
and see
can say that
see
it's
how it
all
foreshortens
resolution.
just
Stop.
by tilting it.
Stop.
Take
If
your
it's all
phone, tilt
if it's
it away
all,
from you, and
stop,
watch
Gary.
it foreshorten
Gary,
and
I'm
link in
tired
your
of you
field
over
of view.
talking me. I'm tired of you over talking me. You fucktard.
You're over talking me too.
No, I'm not.
Both ways, buddy.
I was actually talking, and you started in with your
We were
bullshit
both
once
talking,
again.
you just didn't like my answer.
Let's play turns. Let's play turns where this is where we share. I say something now. If it's all about resolution, Gary, you should be able to zoom the sun back in once it sets from the ground. If you go up, that is actually proof of the globe.
I've said all along, you got field of view limitations. You got perspective compression. The closer you are to the surface, the more compressed your field of view. The distance to center frame going towards the horizon is closer, right? When you're standing there, it's about 3 miles. You go up 20 feet, what is it? It's way further. I've got the picture. I've got my videos with the railroad tracks. What happens with railroad tracks? If you're low to the railroad track, it looks like it's merging right up ahead of you. If you go up higher, it looks like it's merging way in the distance.
Welcome to the globe, Gary. That's globe
That's
proof.
got nothing to do with the globe. That's
Yes, it
just
does.
changing your angle to a surface.
Yeah, it's called globe proof. Thank you.
The wider your angle to a surface, the less foreshorten the information. That foreshortening will take place much further out to the point where you can't see the separation between the tracks anymore.
Gentlemen, give me a few seconds. I got a super chat here.
It's angles.
Give me a few seconds. Super chat by M2M. This time for 10 pounds. Thank you very much, M2M. I appreciate that. And I quote, Gary claims a lot, but he can never prove what he claims by showing any of it happening. I mean, never! Same old Gary, full of talk and no substance. Still waiting for that promised video 1 year later. Shout out to M2M. Any thoughts on that, Gary?
Well, except for I've gotten so many videos that show all these things actually happening. You can see them, they're plain as can be, obvious and simple. And yet you guys will just deny what you see, no matter what. And you'll say I never show any proof, even though I've got tons of videos demonstrating all these things I'm saying perfectly. And it works all perfect on a flat Earth.
Shout out to
Angles
M2M one
matter.
more time. And shout out to Mr. Victory for that big
So why can't I zoom the sun back in, Gary?
Because you can if you go up higher.
No, if I go up, that's not zooming,
You wouldn't
Gary.
even have
That's
to
going
zoom.
up
You can
higher.
just go up higher. You
That's
guys,
going up-
you guys
that's
know
foolproof.
it's a
Thank you.
fact.
Thank
you
you for
change your
foolproof.
angle to the surface. Your distance to the horizon is much further. Your
Thank you.
horizon is the
Thank you for
cutoff
foolproof.
line. Your horizon is the vanishing zone.
Well, so now you're
simply
changing your
don't have-
argument.
You have an angle limit of what
Now-
you can
now
see
you're
in that
changing your
space.
argument.
That's the same argument I've been giving for years.
No, it's not.
I have not changed one single thing. That's you trying to change my argument. I didn't change
No,
it.
you're changing your argument now from zoom to going up higher. Going up higher is actually
No, well, you don't. I said you don't even have to zoom to bring the sun back in. You can just go higher.
Can we have a quick clarification by M2M? He's here. I don't know if you were able to speak, M2M. You say he's lying about that claim he made.
Yeah, he basically saying that. I mean, he promised a long while ago. He claims that airplanes actually disappear with the bottom upwards if you see them actually flying away from you above the horizon. And he promised over a year ago that he was going to show a video, and he hasn't. So he's lying. He says that he's got a lot of videos showing everything he claims, but he doesn't. It's a lie. So where is that? Where's that video, Gary? Where's that video of a player?
Well, I just haven't been in a position to have my camera when I'm watching an airplane. That's,
okay, yeah.
But
One year later.
You can simply draw an airplane on an orthographic view and change the distance to the observer. Tell me which part foreshortens.
Gary, it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can keep.
Which part is going to foreshorten?
Never.
Which
but you
part
can
is
never,
going to foreshorten?
Ever.
What will be the last thing you see?
What you see happening.
What will be
it
the
doesn't
last
happen,
thing
Gary.
you see?
Because it doesn't happen, Gary. It doesn't.
It's a matter
Isn't
of
the last
angles,
thing.
and the foreshortening will take place on the bottom as it moves away
no,
from you.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that. No, it
Or the
doesn't, Gary.
side, if it's moving
Gary,
sideways,
okay, we'll prove
follow
it then.
along, and the side will become
Gary.
unresolvable.
Gary, prove it then. Where's this
You
video?
can just
What
watch
do you
this in
like?
everyday life.
I
You
used
can
to do
draw
it.
it out.
I used to do it all the time, Gary. I used to watch
You
airplanes
drew
leave
it
my
out,
house.
and
like
you
I said.
actually paid attention.
No, I
No,
didn't.
you watched
No, I
airplanes and
watched
never
them.
paid a bit of attention
Gary,
to what the angles were doing.
Gary, prove it then. Prove
I
it.
see it all
Show
the
me
time. We
video.
have crop dusters.
Well,
but
where's
not
the
all
video then? Where's the video? One
Okay,
year
I
later,
don't stand
Gary?
outside waiting for a crop duster
No,
to fly at the
because it
perfect angle
doesn't
away from me. I'm sorry.
happen. It doesn't happen,
does
Gary.
happen.
That's why. No, it
Okay.
doesn't. You
I'm
can't
out
have
on
Gary.
the
Gary.
view,
Gary.
and if I'm wrong,
Gary,
you will have me.
Gary.
You'll have me. Just draw it out and tell me which angles will foreshorten.
Gary, there was one day you actually said, and I quote in a comment, you said, I saw it happening the other day, but I didn't have
I see
my
it happen
camera
all the
with me."
time, but I'm not always
No,
in the
you don't,
position.
Gary. No,
I'm
you don't.
working,
You
and
see
I
it
don't
all.
always
You
have
see
my
it all
camera
happening all the
sitting there
time.
where I can sit there for 5 minutes
If you see it
watching
happening
an
all the
airplane fly
time,
away.
why can't you prove it? Why
But
can't
the
you
first
prove
thing
it,
you're going
Gary?
to see if an airplane
The
is
reason
overhead,
why, no, because
you're going
it
to see
doesn't
the
happen.
entire bottom
No, it
when
doesn't.
it's directly overhead. As
No,
it flies
it
away,
doesn't.
that bottom's going to foreshorten, and the
doesn't.
last thing you will see
Gary,
is the tail end.
I used to live near an airport. I know what I'm talking about. I never saw that
No,
happen
you don't.
ever.
Evidently, you
I know-
don't.
Oh, yes, I do, Gary. But
No.
you can't
Well, then
prove it. Well,
okay,
show the
prove me
video
wrong.
then.
Go out and
Prove
video an
it.
airplane flying away from you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can do that, certainly,
Go do it.
sometime.
We'll
No
show it.
problem. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Go do
But it's
Prove
your
me wrong.
claim, though, Gary. But, Gary, it's your
No,
claim.
no,
You're the one
you
claiming.
say I'm wrong.
No.
Prove
No,
me
Gary.
wrong. You won't
Gary,
be able
no,
to.
Gary,
If
you're
you
the
film a
one that
plane
claims
flying
it.
away, you will not
You're
be
the
able
one
to
that
prove me
claims
wrong.
it. Where's the video 1 year later? Where is it, Gary? You promised the video.
I don't
You
have
said
to
you were going to
provide
do it.
it.
You
I can
said
tell
you
you
were
to
going
do
to.
it. You
Gary,
claim
you
you film
said.
planes all the
Gary,
time. Just
no.
go do it.
Gary, you said you were
Quit
going to get the
crying
video.
now. Just go
No,
demonstrate.
I'm not crying.
You could
You
just
said
you
you
could
were
go
gonna
out
be-
and film this and play it on Jose's show, and you could
Gary,
just. I'll probably
Gary,
go away forever.
Gary,
But you won't be able to.
No, Gary, you said you were going to do the video. You said it. You said you were going.
Yeah, well,
So where
when
is
I
it?
sit there for
Well, go
hours
ahead
and
and do
hours
it.
trying to wait for an
Go ahead.
airplane
Well,
to
then you
fly
can't
away
prove
from
it, can
me.
you? Then you
And I have
can't. Then you
time for
can't
it.
prove your claim. Then you can't prove
Yeah,
your
you
claim.
can't
can
prove
you?
I'm wrong, and and that's why you won't go do it yourself, even though you claim you film video.
Gary.
You say you film planes flying away from you all the time, right?
The burden of proof.
You
The
will
burden
burn
of
me
proof
big
is on the
time, but you
person
won't be
making
able
the
to.
claim, Gary. The burden of proof is making the
Hey,
claim,
Jose,
Gary.
he
And
won't be
you
able to do
said,
it. That's why
and
he's going to
you
cry about me
said,
making the video.
you
But he
said
can
you were going to do the video, and you
he can
can't.
simply
It
make me
doesn't
look like an
happen, Gary.
idiot.
Gary,
On
you are
one
an idiot
show. That
because you
takes
can't
one
prove
show
it.
and one
You
video.
can't
He
prove
can
it,
make me
Gary.
look like an
You
idiot,
can't
and
prove it,
I would
Gary.
just
You
disappear.
can't prove it because
It
you
won't
promised you're
happen.
going to make a video.
It'll
Where's
foreshorten
the
to the
video,
bottom.
Gary?
The back
Gary,
end
where's
is
the
that
video,
last thing you'll
Gary?
see.
Where's the video, Gary? Where is it? Come on.
I
You
don't
said you're
have
going to
to.
do
It's
it.
simple
No,
angles.
of course you don't. No, it's
Ask
your
these
claim,
other
Gary.
guys. Ask these other guys.
Burden of
Which
proof.
angle will foreshorten the quickest, and what will
Be the last thing you see as an airplane flies away from you.
Burden of proof is you making the claim, Gary.
I don't
you said
have
you're
to
going
give
to
a
do the
burden
video.
of proof.
Yes, you
I
do.
know what the
You said
angles do.
you do when you said you're going to do the video. You
Okay,
said
well,
you were.
prove me
So
wrong
yes, you
because
have
you
to.
claim it's wrong.
No, it's your claim, Gary.
You claim I'm wrong.
Your
So
claim.
go
No,
out
no, no.
and prove me wrong.
Your
Okay,
claim.
I'm not going to argue with you.
The
You're like
burden
a
of
little
proof is on
girl.
you. The
I'm
burden of proof
sorry.
is on you, Gary.
You're a waste of breath.
I just made you look like an idiot again because you can't prove it.
No, not at all.
You can claim all these things, but until you can actually show any of these things happen, you claim, Gary, it's absolutely meaningless. Like everything that comes out of your mouth, absolutely meaningless. You can't prove it. The burden is on proof is on you because you claimed it and you said, I quote, "I will do the video." That's what you said. 1 year later, he still hasn't done it. There you go. That's all I've got to say. Thank you very much.
Maybe it's in editing. Who knows?
Yeah. 1 year later, he can't prove anything because he knows he can't.
Gary, you know you can't prove me wrong, and that's why you won't go do it.
It's your claim, Gary.
If you could, you would do it.
It's your claim, Gary. It's your claim, Gary. You can't.
No, it is my
No,
claim.
you
claim I can't. You claim it won't. Prove me wrong.
No,
Good
Gary,
luck.
it's your claim, Gary.
Good
Your
luck.
claim.
You'll
be the hero on Jose's show.
All right, guys. Hello.
No,
I
you're
heard
right.
Hannah. I heard Hannah trying to say something here. What's up, Hannah?
Gary, there's a video I just posted of a drone 200 feet up, zooming in on after the sunset. You cannot bring the sun back. I'm sorry, hon. It just can't happen.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yes, you can. You can go higher. You just have to keep going higher because you'll change the angle to your field of view to where the horizon is.
Nope, there's a time of no return.
Moves through the vanishing zone, which is your horizon. The horizon is further out if you're higher up. That's why the sun. That's why people can go up in that hotel to the top on an elevator real fast
and bring the sun back into sight right after it sets, right?
Well,
yeah,
send the drone.
Right after, there's a point of no return.
No,
Right,
no, not if you keep going higher. You could keep seeing
well,
it further.
Well, Gary, I want to see the sun
There would be
at
no night.
midnight. At midnight, okay? Get higher as much as you want.
you'd have to
As
go high
much as you want. Yeah, well, go high enough as you want.
The angles are going to
I want to
dictate. The
see.
bottom is going to touch that horizon
So,
first.
take-
That's why the
take it
bottom.
wrong, get
That's
it
why
as
it starts
high
to
as you want.
compress. That's why the sun compresses vertically before it even touches the horizon.
Well,
That's
take
why
it wrong.
Wolfie's got the videos to show
Take it wrong. Take it
Even
with the
Bush has
balloon,
admitted it.
whatever
Even
you
Red-
like, at
Even
midnight.
Red admitted the sun
and
compresses
shows the
vertically.
sun at
He just said
midnight.
it's very little, but he admitted it compresses, and it compresses as it moves into that vanishing zone because the angles all
It does
become
not
foreshortened.
compress. Look at the video. Did you
It does
even
compress.
watch it?
We played it
No,
right here
it
on
does
Jose's
not.
show. He put it in a program where you can measure it, and it
Compressed vertically.
Jesus
Everybody
Christ.
saw it. You guys made a ton of excuses why it did so, and then you said, of course, it should have done it horizontally. It only did it vertically. But it compressed. It changed angular size. It always does as it
You
moves towards the
can't
horizon.
really
past 15
believe
degrees.
This planet
Jesus
is
Christ,
flat.
Gary.
You really can't. You aren't going to
Okay, well, Wolfie and Bob even did a video on it. They both say it does.
Gary,
Red said
question.
it recently on one of his shows.
Gary, question.
They blame me.
We heard it. They said it.
I wasn't finished.
No, you did. You just kept repeating yourself. They said. Listen, the cars that moving away from you, are they changing their size vertically only or horizontally also?
They were changing vertically, which is a change of angular size.
That's not what I asked.
Did it change? Is changing vertical a change of angular size?
Again, that's not what I asked.
Again, it doesn't change angular size if it changes any direction at all.
I asked, do they change vertically in size only, or no? Because you didn't answer mine, Gary. Or do they do it horizontally as well?
Vertically. It's changing vertically a change of angular size.
Again, do they change in angular size only vertically or also
Yes,
horizontally?
and we see it vertically because it's
No,
going
no,
into the
no.
landing
That's
zone.
not what I asked, Gary.
Okay, is that a change
There
of
was
angular size?
another part to my question.
Is that a
Or
change of angular
horizontal?
size?
Is it
I answered
vertically
you already.
only? No.
I said vertical.
You haven't. No, you haven't
I said it
answered.
4 or 5 times
No,
already.
you have to,
Yeah, yeah, I
to
did.
address.
Is that it? Now
you
the question
have
to
to
you
address.
is that a change
No,
of angular
no,
size?
no, that wasn't. I asked, do they
So
change in
if it's squishing, it remains the same angular size?
again, Gary? If the cars that
You
moving
won't
away
answer the
from you,
question. See,
they
Chikey,
get
you're afraid of the
the
answer.
cars that you didn't
can't
answer
admit
mine,
the
Gary.
obvious.
You didn't answer my question. Do
I
they
answered it.
change in angular size vertically only or also horizontally? You need to address the
said
horizontal. You
said
need to address. There was horizontal in the question. You need to
I
address
said-
it. Yes,
I said it
horizontally.
changes vertically. I said that.
No,
in
no,
all
no.
my
I
comments.
asked.
And
No.
It changes vertically, which is a change of angular size.
Which is
No
not.
matter what you want to
We
cry about,
agreed. We already
Chikey, no
agreed.
matter what you want to cry about,
I
it's a
already
change of
agreed
angular
on the
size.
vertically. So that's not the
So that's a
question.
change
The
of angular
question.
size. So you agree?
No, no.
That's not a change
The
of angular
question
size.
was. The question was.
Is the angular
Do
size from top
they
to bottom the
change?
same, or does it change?
Do they change in angular size vertically only?
I said vertically.
No, it's yes or no. Only. There is an only
it
there.
changes vertically.
Only. Not in the horizontal
I said
dimension.
That's what I'm saying. It
No,
changes
no.
right now.
You say they don't change in the horizontal direction.
I said that already. I said it changes vertically. I didn't
No,
say
no,
that.
no. It's not what you said. Do you
is what I
say
said.
they do not
Oh, God.
change?
I typed in.
Do they say?
Comment
Okay,
section,
let
you
me
don't like
rephrase
these
my
names,
question.
but I've said it
Let me
1,000 times
rephrase.
at least in this chat probably
Let
by now.
me rephrase my question. Do the cars? Jose, leave this over me. Gary, do they
Chikey,
not
I've already said
change?
it,
Do they
but you
not
won't say
change?
that it's a change of angular size.
I'm
You never
trying
say
to
it.
ask you. I'm trying to rephrase, Gary. Do the cars
I've already
moving
said
away
it.
from?
I've already answered your question.
I'm trying to
11 times.
rephrase. You didn't say it.
I
The
did.
cars that moving away from you.
Jose,
Do
did I say
they
it?
not change angular size horizontally?
Yeah, they changed in all directions because they're close by.
Thank you
A sun
very
that's-
much.
a sun that's- a
Thank
sun
you
that's-
very
A
much.
sun that's a half a degree and far away, you won't hardly notice any change at all because it's too small already. A size change on that is very gradual, like things. Remember, Chikey, things far away change slower, right? In your field of view, remember, Chikey, things close by change quicker. Things far away take longer to make.
Yeah. We know.
But
We do
now
know.
when you admit, Chikey, that if it shrinks vertically, that's a change of angular size.
But the whole day it didn't change at all. The whole day it didn't change at all. From being
Yeah,
very
it
close
did.
to us to being very far away from us, it didn't change at all. Only at
changes.
the
We played it right
again,
here on Jose's show.
Gary, let me speak. Don't talk over me.
No, I want you
The
to answer. I'm
whole
not gonna talk
day.
to you anymore until
You
answer my
said now.
question.
You
If
said
it
now.
changes size vertically, is that a change of angular size?
You said now.
If you can measure that length and it changes, is that a change of angular size?
Yes. Gary.
Okay, there you go. Finally, man, that was like pulling a tooth out.
Well,
Jeez.
vertically,
Out of
but
a
not horizontally.
wildcat.
But horizontally, it didn't change. Now,
didn't you
you
say that a long
just
time ago?
said,
You're gonna save a lot of arguing.
why are you talking over me again, Gary? Now, you just said the closer thing change angular size faster, and
Yes.
far things change it slower. However,
Yes.
the whole day from the sun being very close to us to being very far away to I'm not finished yet. It didn't change size at all in neither direction, not vertically and not horizontally.
Yes.
Only the few in the 15 minutes before sunset it's starting doing so. So
In the last
what
15
happened,
degrees,
Gary, what happened to your theory? The things that are closer to us change rapidly. Why didn't
Because
it change
Because I've also told
from
you, Chikey,
noon to
that your field
afternoon?
of view
Why
has
didn't it
a
change?
centric orbit, which squishes
Why
the bottom
didn't it change an
More
angular
so.
size at all
did.
from noon to the afternoon to the evening. Not until the sun is close to the horizon, it didn't change at all. Then, when the sun is very far away, it changes rapidly. It's against what you just said, Gary.
No, it isn't. No.
No, it
Because
isn't.
you have a compression of your field of view also,
Explain.
Chucky, which you seem to forget. You conveniently ignore.
You see, no.
That's
What
why
you
can
forget,
see-
what you
that's why
forgot
you
is
can
what
see
you're
letters
playing.
on the side of a ship compress drastically
What
simply by
you
changing
forget-
your elevation.
what you
You
forget,
can still
Gary.
see the same letter. You didn't change the distance.
What
I've got
you
the video
forget-
that shows it. It's the video
What
from
you
Critical
forget-
Think. He
what you
called
forget-
it contraction, but it was simply compression.
What you forget, Gary, is what
field of
your
view is
claim was.
compressed.
Your claim was it changes due to perspective, but perspective didn't work the whole day. It only worked the last couple of minutes.
Well, that's why most of you guys take your measurements at the first so many degrees from overhead, right? Because you're not going to see much change. Things
What?
further start to change.
What measurement?
Even small things will change over
What?
distance. They
What?
just seem to change
No,
slower.
you said closer things change faster, Gary. It's you. However, it seems that the farther things change faster than the closest things.
No, they don't change quicker than they don't.
Oh,
change quicker
they
than
do.
other things.
They don't change the whole day, just the couple last minutes they do. What the sun got a boost, it starts moving faster at the distance. What happened?
Well, you guys, you listen, Chikey. Your claim.
Listen,
change
yeah.
in angular size. This is the claim that globies have been saying all along. Sun doesn't change. You just finally admitted it does. I've been talking about this for several years now.
It didn't
You're the first-
horizontally.
This is the first time you would admit
It
that it's
didn't,
changed
but it
angular
didn't.
size.
It didn't
It
change
does.
horizontally.
It's very tiny, but it's
It
noticeable.
didn't change horizontally.
It changes vertically, which is a
We
change
know,
in
we
size.
agreed. No
Doesn't
need
matter
to say
which
vertically
direction that
again.
it changes in.
No need
It's
to say
compressing into
vertically
the field of
again.
view. The bottom is going to compress. into
No
that field of view
need
first.
to say vertically again. You need to address the horizontally. Why didn't the horizontal change? Why didn't the horizontal change from noon to sunset? It didn't change at all.
I got a question.
Well, I haven't measured it from that, but we did measure it vertically right here on Jose's show. And you finally now admitted that's a change of angular size. It took years to get like I said, it was like pulling a tooth out of a wire.
Well,
jack.
it's not change of
You to
angular.
finally
Let me correct
admit
myself.
that it is a change of angular size.
Let me correct myself. With change of an angle.
And also, over the course of the year, from winter to summer, there's like 3% change in size of the sun.
Yeah, which you can't explain either.
Which is an angular size change, no matter what you say, Chikey.
Let me try, Gary. I got a question from Secret G. He actually hooked me up yesterday. He threw me a few dollars on PayPal while I was just because to help the channel. Shout out to Secret G. Thank you, brother. He's asking me if I can ask you, Gary, if you are standing next to a 500-meter mountain. So to imagine 500-meter mountain, big mountain. How far away do you have to get to be looking down at the top of the mountain? How far away from the mountain do you have to get? So you're starting in the like next to the mountain,
You will
500
never look
meters.
down at the top of the mountain. It will compress into your eyesight, into your eye line at 90 degrees if you're looking over the surface. It'll compress into it, bottom first. Angular size, that's a space, right? Just like the space between things we know what the Rayleigh criterion is. It's when the angular separation or angular space between 2 points becomes too narrow to resolve them as separate anymore. It's the same thing. Things move further away. They're squishing down into that eye level because the eye level is where everything's going to squish in towards. Ground appears to slant up towards it. The sky appears to slant down towards it. It's always going to end up there.
So
You're not looking over it.
What's the Rayleigh criteria for a P900?
I don't care. The Rayleigh criterion for your vision is I don't remember what the number is, but there's a certain point. Of course, if you have a P900, you have it a little bit different because you're zooming in.
A little bit?
That's because you increased your focal length, you decreased your field of view. So now all your pixels in the camera are allotted to that little field of view, so they can represent everything in a magnified manner. It's not how you see; it's how the camera sees, but the camera has a limit also, and it's still based on angles. Further away, you just get the same results. It just takes further. It still does the same exact thing.
Yeah, but an eye level isn't something that's used scientifically as a form of measurement.
Well, you can call it just you're 90 degrees over the surface, but everything below that is going to squish up towards it, and everything above it's going to squish into it, and to the point where you can't resolve there's nowhere to resolve the images in that space. There's just you can't resolve it. It doesn't have anything to do with the size. It's the distance and the angle, and it compresses into that. B-Ball or Earth is Life. He just did a video showing that. I made a video about his thing, but it shows. He showed how it shows how the bottom of the thing was compressing up towards that eye level. He had it lined up. His camera lens lined up with a certain point on these. I think they were blocks or something. And that stayed in the same point as he moved his blocks away, but the bottom block was moving upward in the field of view and compressing into that eye line.
Yeah, but you're using eye level again. That's not something that's
I know,
used in
because
science.
your eye level, of course they don't actually reach your eye level, but you can't tell the difference because of the Rayleigh criterion. It's just too small of an angle to resolve any more detail.
Eye level is not something that's used in science. It's not a measurement. I mean, my eye level...
I don't care. We're talking about how you see.
Dude, if I'm looking up at the sky, that's my eye level. I'm looking at the ground, that's my eye level.
No. That's your line of sight. Line of sight is different than eye level unless you're looking at it 90 degrees over the surface.
No, there is no such thing as eye level.
Sure. Otherwise, it's just line of sight, and then you judge things then based on if they're moving parallel with your line of sight.
There is no such thing as eye level.
Like if you could build a railroad track at a 45-degree angle into the sky, it would do the exact same thing that if you built that railroad track on the ground. You would still get the same thing. It would appear in birds.
Okay. Are your eyeballs on a gimbal?
What's that got to do with anything?
That's the only way we can have eye level. If every human being has eyeballs on a
eye
gimbal.
level, we all know what it means. Eye level means you're looking parallel.
No, we don't. No, you're what? You're the only one that knows what eye level.
Line of sight is any direction you look, right?
No,
if I look at the top of this telephone pole across the street, I have a line of sight to that, but that's not my eye level. That's my line of sight. My eye level line of sight would be 90 degrees perpendicular.
Explain eye level. I'm stupid.
I'm
stupid.
90 degrees from my perpendicular. I'm standing on the ground, 90-degree angle. Line of sight, straight forward. That's 90 degrees.
That's eye level, though. No, it isn't.
That is eye level.
No, it isn't.
That is eye level.
No, it is not.
Okay, whatever. Then it's pointless to argue with you, because if you can't even admit that, then
is
you're
it eye level for somebody?
No, you're not worth arguing. If you can't admit that eye level means
no. Okay, let me ask
what we're
the question.
talking about. That eye level means when you're looking straight forward 90 degrees from your perpendicular. Line of sight is a completely different thing. That's also line of sight if you're looking that way. But line of sight, I could look up and have a line of sight. I could look over to the side and have a line of sight. I could look anywhere in a direction where I'm looking straight in a straight line. That's a line of sight, right? But if my straight line eye level line of sight is eye level, that's level to the or parallel to the ground.
Well, then you're assuming that your eyeballs have some kind of gimbal that correlates to gravity to the center of the Earth.
What kind of gobbledygook are you making up now?
That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
It is what you're saying.
Okay, if I
it really is what you're saying.
Most people understand eye level means when you're looking straight forward. That's eye level.
No.
Yes.
Only flat
earthers do. If I went out and did a poll in the public and without pre-saying anything else, everybody would know that eye level means when I'm looking towards the distance straight forward. That's eye level. That's at my eye level. That's because my eye is above the surface a certain point.
Flat on the ground?
My eye is this. If I'm 6 foot, my eye is like 5 something above the
The ground, right? That's my eye level when I'm looking straight forward. That.
Okay. What if you're lying on the ground?
My eye is my eye level, looking straight forward, level parallel.
If you're lying
to the
on the ground, you're what if you're lying on the ground? What's your eye level?
What's our distance? If my eyes are 6 inches above the ground, my eye level is 6 inches above the ground, looking over the ground.
No, if you're lying on the ground, if you're literally lying on the ground, what's your eye level?
When I'm looking perpendicular from the ground.
You're saying you have eyeballs. You're saying you have eyeballs that are like 90 degrees from everybody else's eyeballs.
No. When your eye level is the distance from your eye to the ground, looking straight forward. That's your eye level.
And if my
eyes are 5 foot above the ground, my eye level is 5 foot above the ground, looking straight forward.
Lying on the ground,
degrees from my perpendicular.
If you're lying on the ground, you're having a picnic or whatever, you're lying on the ground, what's your eye level?
Whatever distance my eye is from the ground.
That's not your eye level.
That is my eye level.
You are.
It's your eye level is based on what your distance above the ground.
You are completely.
Your eye level is your distance above the surface to your eyes. Your eyes the amount of space between your eye and the ground.
Do you not understand how stupid you sound? Like, I mean, you do not understand how stupid you sound right now.
No, I understand how stupid you sound.
He's actually not self-aware.
I am self-aware. Eye level, we all know what eye level means when we're talking about eye level. Line of sight is a different thing. It can be eye level, but it can also be up in the air or anywhere else that you're looking, the direction you're looking. But 90 degrees from your perpendicular, your eye level will be the distance from your eye above the ground, looking straight forward. Your eye level, if my eyes are 5 foot above the ground, my eye level is at 5 foot above the ground.
So let me ask this, Gary. If you're looking at something across,
I can't believe I even have to argue this point. This is how beyond dumb you guys are.
I think I was talking.
Go ahead.
If you're looking across the ground and you're looking at something at eye level, and I have a series of things at eye level, like rolling hills or anything. We're talking about long distances. Why do the tops of those things that are at eye level, in my diagram, it's the yellow line. So all those things are at eye level. They'd be in the center of my view. They should disappear into the center of my view. Yet they will deviate down. They will deviate down from that line.
No, they won't.
They will.
No, they will compress into that line of sight.
No, they will.
The ground will compress up to it. Everything above your eyesight will compress into that same spot. That's why we call it eye level. Even though it's not actual, the space between all those things compresses. And that's why you can see things move away, they compress. Right?
If you look at Earth is Life's video, if you look at Earth is Life's videos and stuff of those buildings, the things that are at your stop. The things that are at your eye level, the doors and stuff on the buildings, those are all way below your eye level. They have gone below your eye level. They are down.
No,
they are down from your eye level.
They're compressed into your field of view
You're looking
level.
at the 15th floor at eye level now.
No, they're not. They're farther away, and they're compressed into it. The only reason you can see any space at all is because he's zoomed in. When he backs off the zoom, you can't even see half.
Eye level doesn't change with zoom.
Surface of those buildings, right?
Eye level doesn't
change. That would be eye level, right?
Eye level doesn't change with zoom. Eye level doesn't change with zoom. Eye level doesn't change. Eye level doesn't.
They're not dropping.
Eye level doesn't. Eye level doesn't.
They're compressing into it.
Eye level doesn't change.
You guys get all
eye level doesn't change with height.
Into it.
Eye level doesn't change with height. Not with zoom.
No, if you take something and you put it in front of you, you mark an eye level on it, you get your camera lined up, and you move it away, the eye level part will stay in the same spot as it moves.
Very good. And his feet are on the beach.
Has a video that just demonstrated it recently.
Are on the beach, and eye level is hitting 15 stories up on those buildings.
No, that's not eye level.
It is eye level. You can take a level. You can look at it with a level.
Buildings
you can verify that it's eye level, and yet it's
got one of his boats. I have one of his boats that simply becomes unresolvable. It blends into the horizon and you back off the zoom.
We're talking about buildings. You're looking at the fucking 15th floor in the center of your eye level.
That was a boat. It was above eye level.
No, I'm talking about
Earth is eye level. And the boat compressed into that.
Barry, you should try and listen more and talk less.
Yeah, well, you can do the same thing.
So I'm talking about his buildings. He takes
Actually,
pictures
I'm
of the
done
city,
for the day. I'm
and he
going
looks
in,
out
taking a
across the
shower.
city.
I'm not going to argue with a moron like you.
He
I'm
looks
going to go
across
for a
the
while. I've been
city,
on
and
long
his
enough.
eye level
I'm going
hits
to go.
the
I don't want
story
to
of the
keep
building.
arguing. You have a nice day.
Oh, he's scared.
So Gary said, things at your eye level will stay at your eye level until they start compress.
Yeah, Ken, just accept it. Eye level has gone behind water and dipped down. That's all that eye level's done.
Oh!
It's compressed down behind water, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at the what do you call it, the white cruise liner that everybody likes to post. The guy's standing on the beach, and you're looking out, and you're looking somewhere up about the midships on that thing, and then you're looking at the tower, and they've all moved down to eye level.
All right, guys, we're gonna be wrapping it up. It was a solid shit show, solid shit show, and I asked the audience. I mean, I proposed a comment. I enjoy a good shit show, and the big winner is sometimes very close, followed by always. So people sometimes enjoy a shit show. They always enjoy a shit show in second place. They never enjoy a shit show in the last place. So it's always sometimes good to have a shit show. And then Frogs in the third place. The track that is playing in the background is a Blue Plebe by Prodigy. Royalty free. I'm posting the link for that song. So it's royalty free. I shouldn't be getting copyright claimed by any of the songs played today, but maybe I will. Or if I don't get copyright by any of the songs, I will probably get some kind of a copyright or demonetization because of all the bullshit and swearing that went down today. Anyways, big shout out to those who supported, has some super chats and PayPals today. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be back, and I will be more active moving forward. That's a big plus. Big shout out to everybody who hit the like. Make sure to click on the links on the description box and join Discord, and click on all the links and the buttons of sorts. C4, shout out to C4. He had a birthday just a few days ago. Happy 16th birthday to C4. He's the only minor that I have led in my channel. He's been 16 for the past like 20 years. Shout out to C4. You want to give some final thoughts before? How about Carl K in the house? Final thoughts. Chaik, with your final thoughts.
Shout out to Gary for the good shit show. That's all.
Thank you, Chaik, for being half of that shit show. I really appreciate it. Fog, you got some final thoughts? Hannah, we sometimes enjoy a cheat show. How about that?
Oh my goodness, I think I have a headache after that one. Poor
Wasn't
Gary.
that something yet?
Yeah, he gets trounced down by so many people. He's gonna have to lick his wounds or let his cows do it for him.
Thank you very much, Anna. Always an honor to hear your voice here in the boom. Marcus Dresden, final thoughts. As usual, balanced truths is a moron. Shout out to Marcus Dresden. Thank you to Brainery, big time support. Thank you to everybody for big support today. M Stone, you were listening in the background. What do you think, man, about what went down today?
I think we need a more diverse panel of retarded folks. We need more than just Gary. But yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully we get more diversity in the upcoming days. Mojok Man, you almost made it in the show. Gary almost let you speak. Your final thoughts.
I got a couple of words in. Final thoughts. I don't know what the hell to make of Gary. I mean, he's interesting. Not very bright, but interesting. That's all.
Thank you very much, Mojok. I appreciate that. We have Earth is Live with a $5 super chat. He showed up late. Hey, I gave you a big shout out earlier. Big shout out again, Earth is Live, for popping it on the PayPal yesterday. Big shout out, big thank you, Earth is Live. Snesley Wipes, final thoughts.
Yeah, I think we need to stop giving these flat earthers kudos, not kudos, but giving them leeway on this whole eye level shit. It's not used in science. It's complete bullshit. I mean, you might as well go say, okay, nipple level, crotch level, knee level, toe level. I mean, it's nonsense. And I think we need, anytime some flat earther says eye level, we need to call them out on their bullshit. Because it's nonsense. Sorry. I'm just annoyed.
Hey, it's all good, man. I'll take it. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate your support too, man. Always. We have the Stingray. He was away for a little bit, but you got the gist of it. Stingray, final thoughts.
Yeah, I think that there's only one of two possibilities really, and that's this cow farmer is probably the most intelligent individual on earth with such sensory perception it dwarfs everything else to such a degree that he can understand perspective more than anybody else, optics more than everybody else, light more than everybody else, and that he really should win not just one but many Nobel Prizes. Or the other possibility is he's a delusional fuck nugget. I'm undecided. Cheers, Jose.
You got that right. Shout out, Stingray. Thank you for your support. Big thank you, everybody. K, I saw you came off mute. You got some final thoughts. What do you think, man?
No, I just listening and hope you hear me. Good show.
Thank you very much, brother. Good to hear you. Big shout out to the frog. He was on screen right now. Big shout out to all the frogs on Squeaky Earth. We're going to throw a Squeaky Earth to go. Thank you very much, everybody. Jose JG out. Boom. Let's squeak it. Stay safe, everybody.